the beginning, there was nothing. And then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
I gotta get a witness.
No! Say, man, you got a joint? No, not on me, man.
I don't have facts to back this up.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
That's true. Sometimes I cry.
Oh!
Lick my butthole, he laughed.
From the strangest corners of the internet, here to bring you opinions of the world from an altered perspective. Here are your hosts, the Drunken Peasants.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. It's Drunken Peasants Podcast, episode 1012. We're doing it live. We got Scott. We got Magicus. We got all sorts of fun stuff in store for all of you wonderful people here.
Yeah.
I mean, the last few days have been quite interesting, and this is kind of a more chill, mellow kind of thing.
Scott actually bet me today that he'd be able to top the amount of crazy that happened the last episodes. He's going to go even above and beyond.
Okay.
This is my promise.
Yeah.
This is my promise to you, the American people.
Yeah.
He's still got 2 passes left from episode 1000, and he's going to use them.
I got a bunch of passes. I'm going to cash them all in. I'm pretty excited. Now, I haven't been on since 1000. Is it way too late to do a 1000 recap? Because I haven't talked about it.
We have
you
to
guys
do the
probably
recap.
talked about
We
it.
have to. Yeah. We'll get
Let's
into
do
that.
it.
We'll get into that.
Okay.
Scott,
Good.
also, and for those of you that don't know, somehow if you missed the last couple of days, we have been canceled. We decided to make...
I did not know that.
We decided to make some opinions that did not paint predators in the right light, and for that, we're sorry we didn't give them more respect.
What's this wee shit?
Well, I know it's just Magicus. It's only Magicus. Also, guys.
So let's start. You weren't nice enough to predators?
Yeah, that's the problem. We were a little too family. Also, guys, not last weekend, the weekend before, we ran the NFT game, and I was supposed to make a non-fungible token or non-fuckable token, and I didn't. I haven't had the time to do it. So for those of you waiting, there's a few of you. I'm sorry.
Well, Billy, luckily I'm here to pick up the slack for you.
What?
So I went out and I hired someone else to do it because obviously I can't depend on you to do the things that you say you're going to do. So I made a new one. Everyone's going to love it. Here it is. It's pretty epic. Here it is for everyone who wanted.
Did you get permission from Shiny for Christ to make that?
Oh God!
Did she say it's cool?
No. No. I did not.
This is a renegade shirt.
Oh, yeah. Look, I also made sure I was modeling off your beautiful shirt from the Patreon today.
Pretty nice.
Yeah, so I don't know how many people won this. I think like only 1 or 2.
I think it was 2.
I think only one person actually emailed me
Really?
about it.
Okay.
But yeah, only 1 or 2 of these is ever going to exist. Now we do have a T-shirt that many people will qualify for, but you got to sign up for the $50 patronage or above before the end of this month, and you can get the Zebra Effect shirt.
Yeah, looking forward to this one.
Yeah, that one's Rockstar Incarnate.
Did you get permission from Shiny for Christ to make that one?
Scott, I just gotta say,
why she have a donut on her face?
I'm taking one of yours away for your you get.
No.
Yeah, you burnt them using
fair.
the same joke against me twice.
There's a couple on screen right now. I should double it.
Oh God! Okay, you've earned that one. That's the one. Sorry, I baited you into it, but that's one of them. Oh,
you lost one.
It feels good to laugh.
Yeah, DP doesn't respect predators, and we apologized for that. Okay.
Are you even allowed to talk? To tell me what the deal? Okay, all right. We'll talk later.
I don't think that guy's necessarily a predator. He just has interesting ideas that...
I don't think there's any evidence that he is.
Right. He hasn't done anything.
I mean, I have interesting ideas. Does that make me a predator? Yes.
Yeah, we had Mr. Girl on the show Tuesday, and we also had Joe on. And
So like
Right?
we were gonna do obviously we were gonna I wanted
Billy, has Scoot sent you any cat pics? I'd assume Scoot has a lot of cat pics and is willing to send them to you.
I don't think he sent
All of that
me
is
any.
true.
So we had a guy named Mr.
If you want some, I got
who has ideas about how
I heard that if the goal gets
my
to
God.
50% tonight, Magic Kiss will hit himself in the balls. Let's get
Magic
it there.
Kiss.
Three
They
don't
called you
recall
Magic
doing
Kiss.
Look, I already had a pretty bad day. I don't think I need to add a punch in the balls on top of that.
Or with that logic, you've already had a pretty bad day. Punching yourself in the balls can't make it that much worse.
Everybody like the stream. Subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. I've given up on. I bet that cat would eat fish. By the way, if you put fish in front of it.
He only likes tuna, no other fish.
That's fish. That is fish. But no, I guarantee you that cat would eat other fish. I guarantee you.
Doesn't like it.
You're just projecting your own tastes onto that poor kitty.
But yeah, we had a big day with Mr. Girl and Joe.
Mr. Girl and Joe. Like Joe went full nuclear on Mr. Girl when I was trying to get at least an hour interview out of him. So Joe had to leave the room, otherwise Mr. Girl was going to leave. So we sat there and talked to Mr. Girl.
Joe was asked to leave?
No, he kind of volunteered
left.
because he saw that
really?
we were getting kind of frustrated, like because we wanted to get the interview in.
Gotcha.
And like we talked to him about the shit he was talking about and pushed back on the really weird stuff he said, and then and then Joe came back and went full nuclear on him again, and he got mad and left.
Nice.
And that episode's up there for anyone who didn't see it.
It's a fun episode. Joe did.
We made it better yesterday.
Joe did the thing that got everybody to talk about the show. So that was good on Joe's part. He was able to.
It's rare when he's the hero of a show. He's usually in the other side.
No, it's been a little while.
Joe's a king.
Would you describe Joe as the hero of episode 1000?
He's the hero we needed, not the hero we got.
See, I didn't hear this, but Monty told me about it later, but Monty handled it really smart. I guess Joe was throwing the N-bomb around while he was in here.
Yeah.
Well, it came up, and I offhandedly dared him to say it, forgetting who he was, and then to his credit, without a second's hesitation, just blasted it. I'm like, respect, Joe.
Yeah.
Some people think that words are just words, and other people think that throwing water on a witch will melt her.
It's true.
I'm melting.
Are you melting for real? Did someone throw water on you?
You ever go to pee and you've had pre-cum on yourself? You're like, where did that
Why are you
come
talking
from?
about? Like, look, listen, Billy. Listen.
Yeah.
Just because
Billy.
there's an
Yes.
awkward silence, you don't have to say that kind of shit. That kind of shit's like no one wants to hear pre-cum you pee because you like just went pee earlier. I don't need to know this shit.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't need to be said.
That has
Certain
happened to
things
me.
don't need to be said. I would rather have there be dead air than us talk about your pre-cum.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah. One in the chat.
I honestly. To be honest with you. So we're gonna go into.
I didn't actually talk about mine. I just asked if
you
anybody
just
was-
went pee. Just come on, dude. When you ask anybody do this, you imply it just happened to you. I'm moving on.
I should turn off that goddamn internet.
Oh, don't touch me. Don't touch me. TP, are they going to touch me?
Antagonism.
By the way, there's a Streamlabs link in the description if you want to send us a couple bucks, help us get a little bit closer to our goal. I think Magicus is going to put drinks on the line like he does every
He already
episode.
had a shot, yeah.
Oh, did he already?
Yeah,
Okay.
the 250 mark.
How about he puts his life on the line? How about $800 and Magicus?
I was disassociating. I disassociated the last 25 minutes due to the trauma of what Billy just said earlier. So here's Trumpster Bob talking about he's like a modern day Casanova. These women are just all over him. Trumpster Bob, the Adonis. And this is him talking about it on some podcast that I'm not familiar with.
I had one time. Let me give you an example of how I get hit on sometimes. I had this young 20.
Did this guy steal Monty's style? I don't know.
2-year-old black chick.
Okay, but pause for 1 second. I need to make a public apology. I would have bet you $1 million that was Monty.
Oh
and
my
now
God,
I have to
no.
apologize. I'm very sorry.
Oh my God, stop.
Not enough
This guy's-
gray in his beard.
This guy's a red bone. He's a red bone.
You can't call them that anymore.
Oh, you can't?
Get hit on sometimes.
How he gets hit on?
I had this young 22-year-old black
Not true.
chick.
Yeah, that's how you know this story's a lie immediately.
Young, 20, let's call it 2.
Man.
She was black.
Yeah.
Hit on me. Not so far back.
Someone said, I want to send $5K. Send it to the Streamlabs link.
Okay.
She was. Her parents
Jay, if
died
you've
in
got
an
a
auto
little bit
accident.
left
Okay,
over, go ahead
they
and
were
send
hit
it to the
by,
link
I
in the
guess, a
chat,
drunk
too.
driver. No, illegal alien actually, who was drunk, and it killed her mother and father. And this attorney.
You don't have to use PayPal to use Streamlabs. You can use a debit card or a credit card.
Who's a white guy, and his white family adopted her because they just, they felt bad that she lost her family like that. Now she's a very petite, beautiful, oh my God, beautiful chick. But I got this at the time I had this really tall black chick.
Streamlabs.com/Drunken Peasants.
Okay.
And we were living together, and she was pretty freaking hot, man. Oh God. But anyway, so
he says that every woman he mentions in the story, he's like, oh man, yeah, she was smoking hot.
We separated out of personal differences. We're still friends. I could still go get her and take her to date or whatever, it's no big deal. We just separated. So, but at the time this girl comes hitting on me, and well, before my girlfriend's walking up, I just told the girl, I said, look, I put my hand out. She grabbed my hand. We were shaking hands. I grabbed her hand. I said, I'm sure we could be the really good friends, the best of friends. Okay, I'll see you around. She goes, friends? She got fucking mad at me because she wanted some dickly.
She wanted some
So
dickly.
he went up.
I wish she hadn't said dickly.
He had the 20-year-old with him and went up to this girl he was dating and was like, let's be friends, baby. And she got mad.
Oh, some dickly.
Yeah.
This definitely happened.
Because she heard I was really good in bed. And
she heard.
And so I get that
Where?
sometimes, man. Women around here, man, being
On
their young
Parler?
20s. What the hell I want with a girl that young besides sex?
Yeah, exactly. What the hell
And
would
if I got
want
sex
with a girl
walking
that
down the
young
street to
except
me that
sex?
I've already been pumping, why the hell I want to meet you for? I got that over there.
Yeah.
I'm not giving up a goddess for a average looking girl.
I'm not giving up a goddess for a modest.
Those were my thoughts at the time. So, yeah. When a guy gets really good at sex, women just want it all the time. 2 times,
really
at
good at
least, I've
sex.
had
I've
to
been
call the
practicing.
police on women to get them out of my damn pickup truck. Because I was trying to drop them off and they didn't want to leave.
Is this the pickup truck that just doesn't run?
Jay Redden in the chat is trying to send $5,000 cash. Meet me in the Walmart parking lot.
Cash? Yeah.
If I got to give you a hand
If you got
job,
a
it's
card.
okay.
Yeah, you can send it to the P.O. box address in the description. So that, any takes on this story, on this whole video?
Look, I know how sick women are, and some of them probably look at Trumpster Bob and they think this is fuckable MAGA Santa. And they get
This is
disgusting.
definitely a way to work through my childhood sexual trauma.
Yeah. Do I think Bob's lying? Yes, because he lies about everything. Do I think what he's saying could be true? Because I know women, yes, this is far more likely to be true than him skiing down a mountain like Vin Diesel and Triple X, causing explosions and
So Billy has
avalanches.
taken the very pragmatic stance of Bob is a liar and women are disgusting. That's where
Yes.
you're at?
Yes.
Okay.
Like, you can tell Bob is lying because words are coming out of his mouth.
Exactly.
I have no reason to trust Bob other than the fact that I know women and they are this depraved. They're this sick.
I know women.
Yes.
I love that he's like cosplaying Uncle Sam right now.
Basically.
It's pretty cool.
I wonder why he didn't hang up the flags at his new place.
It's a good question.
Because
That's
the
true. Is he not a
walls.
patriot anymore?
It's because the walls are way bigger. He's got way more space. All those
Well, he needs
flags
more
are going to look like
flags.
they're gonna look like stains
if
on the
he
wall.
had less space, I would say that was a good reason why. But not having more space,
Because they're not going to look as impressive when they're just splotched on the wall in
Then
a tiny
get
little corner.
more.
Splotch.
Yeah, if he got more flags, sure. But he's got to go out and buy more flags, and he's probably already spent a lot of his money on condoms.
Oh yeah, he can't keep the ladies off him. He doesn't want to be a daddy, right?
He's got to order a special size from the manufacturer.
Could you imagine if you got pregnant by Trumpster Bob?
It
No,
would be
because
very
I'm a
difficult
man
for
and I
me to
can't get
by
pregnant.
Trumpster Bob.
I can't
What if it's a
imagine getting
junior
pregnant.
situation?
If I did, I would be calling doctors and scientists, being like, "How did I get pregnant? How did I get pregnant being a male? And how did I get pregnant having not had sex with Trumpster Bob?"
I think a lot of the reasons why I ask these questions is because I have shaman energy, and my shamanic ways make me use my imagination in ways that people might think is worthless. But as a shaman, me using my imagination like this causes me to unlock magic through reality. So yeah, I could imagine it. I imagine it'd be fucking terrible.
Yeah, that would be really weird. All right, here's another thing I saw that was amusing. It's Elisa Jordana and Beardson Beardley, which is two people I'd never thought I'd see together in a stream.
It's a good pair.
And Elisa writes a poem that kind of has like flow to it.
Hustle and flow.
Yeah, and then Beardson does a freestyle in kind. You're gonna love this, Billy.
Hey, before we start,
You're gonna love this.
If I don't cringe, I'm going to suggest these two make Sister Act 3 together.
Okay.
But if I cringe,
If she talks to Bob, I'm not surprised she would talk to anyone.
yeah, she's daring. She's dashing and daring. Courageous.
I would like
and
to say a
caring.
poem.
Okay, you told
That
me
I
you were
wrote.
going to do a poem, so all right, go ahead.
Okay, so I have a poem because Beardson says he doesn't want women on the internet.
I don't want
Okay.
anybody on the internet.
Okay.
Did you say I don't want anybody on the internet? Well, you're on the internet, so get the fuck off.
I want
Start with yourself.
No,
Be
he
the
wants
example.
everyone off his internet.
I don't
Yeah.
want
He
anybody
wants
on my lawn
him
and or the
and that's
internet.
it.
I kicked Louis Theroux off my lawn. I'll kick him off of my
He
internet.
did literally kick him off his lawn.
Oops.
Well, at first he was like, "Get the fuck out of my house," and Louis Theroux's like, "We're not in your house," because they were outside.
I had a feeling,
Counterpoint.
like if you were to choose one, like women or men, if you had to choose one, I would choose to not let men be on the internet.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm sure you would.
So I wrote a poem about that. Excuse me. Men, they don't belong on the internet. By Elisa Jordana Schwartz.
I like how she tipped off the Schwartz.
She throws it, yeah, because like they're all about the.
They're all anti-semis, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
They're all anti-semi, and she's like Schwartz.
Schwartz.
Dude, Elisa's a gangster, dude.
She is. She earns like mad respect points for this.
She's G'd up from the feet up.
amazing. She's been in the game longer than all these kids have been in the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she makes it look easy.
Yeah, she does. She is a Tism Wrangler extraordinaire.
Yeah, she came up through Howard Stern, so she had to interact with the Whack Pack all the time.
Yeah, like that's how I met Wendy. Wendy the slow adult.
Yeah.
Wendy the slow adult was in my DMs.
Elisa would be in like a room wearing nothing but a bikini, and there'd just be like Jeff the dwarf drooling on her, and she had to maintain class.
It's not Jeff. It's
I
Hank.
don't fucking know. I don't watch Howard Stern other than like
Well, then why are you talking about it like you know?
Because I know.
All right.
I know things.
Men, they don't belong on the internet because they don't know what to do with it. I'd rather give my computer to a female student so she'd make proper use of it. If men were banned, we wouldn't be worse for it. They just use it to jerk off to it. Beardson, I'm going to call your mom. Get off the internet and get a job. I'll pay you $6 an hour for you to clean your room and take a shower. You don't look clean. You suck at streaming. Do you know what I mean? You are demeaning. You get a couple views online. You become a troll for the rest of your life. Do you think that's a job? Do you think you could tell that to your dad and your mom? At Thanksgiving dinner, do you say, "Hey, Dad, I was on YouTube all day. Aren't I a winner?" Do you deserve any subs? No. Are you going to get banned? Are you going to be in no man's land in the back of a truck with some male fan giving you his hand? Yeah. Because you don't deserve breasts. You're my groupie at best, like a hick from the West with no neck and no checks.
She's dropping some hot bars.
She's killing it.
Yeah.
Sister Act 3, back to 8 Mile.
She was a professional musician at one point.
Yeah.
It's true.
Cobra Starship.
You were never on real radio or a real band. You're stark white. You're not tan. You suck everywhere that you land. You can't even get on Kermit and Friends. I didn't even know your first name before this broadcast. Ethan Ralph, he is a blast, but you're fat. You got no stats. Your beard is just weird. You live in a shack. You have all bots. They're all bought. And that's that. Some men, they don't really belong on the internet, in my opinion.
Bars.
There we go.
I'm
Bars. See, you got the chat activated with that. Beardson, you better drop a few bars. I didn't.
I didn't have anything prepared, but I am a bit of a freestyle slam poetry
Now
guy.
we're talking.
He's like, oh, I don't want to toot my own horn or nothing, but
This is where the cringe comes in. If he is half as good as her off the top,
Well, my
I will
name
give
is
him praise.
Beardson, and I'm here to say,
Spoiler
I like to
alert.
rap in a misogynist way.
Spoiler alert, he's not. No, and what you just did, Scott, was better.
Oh, God.
All right.
Stop.
All right, here we go. This guy fancies himself as a rapper at one point in his life, too.
Let me see.
Okay, when it starts off with let me see, you know it's going to be bad, right?
Yo, turn my headphones up.
I can't hear my snare.
Elisa Jordana is a hole who is only on Howard Stern because she blew. Her boyfriend, who is a writer on the show, and got a nose job because she is a Jew.
Okay, he's winning me over.
That's all I got.
No more. Please do more. Come on. That was so good. I loved it. That was so good.
No
All right.
bars. No bars.
I'll keep going. Your band that you're in really sucked. Anything you say, I could not give a fuck. You're ugly and old, and you're not good at trolling. And I hope that you fall off a cliff. How about that?
There was no rhyme there.
Got her ass. I think it ended like a limerick. I like that part.
I loved it. You are amazing. I'm a huge fan. How do I follow you on Twitter?
She's got Mean Girl vibes down to a T.
Atta girl.
Killing it.
Girl.
You are amazing.
Yeah, I love how he started out, I fancy myself somewhat of a freestyle rapper. Shut up. You garbage human.
He didn't have to do that. He could have not done that.
His perspective, his perception of normal is as warped as Mr. Girls.
Oh, God.
You know, it's a real dick tease when someone comes in there and says they're going to drop $5,000 and then they just disappear.
They're obviously not going to, but they are going to. They texted me. They're going to meet me in the Walmart parking lot and give me $5,000 cash.
I was
So
looking
thank
forward
you
to
for
just
that.
slip into
drinking
that
entire
PayPal.
bottle.
He said he'd meet me at Walmart on Davidson after this, and he's going to give me $5,000 in
On
a
Pete
bag.
Davidson?
Yeah, at the corner of Pete and Davidson.
You're going to do lines of blow off of Pete Davidson's
He's-
booty?
He said skeet.
His milky
said-
white.
Yeah, gonna do lines of blow off Pete Davidson's tattoo
So-
of Hillary Clinton. Is Pete Davidson the worst person in the world?
No, because the thing he did to Kanye when he was like, Kanye was like, I'll fight you, where are you? And he's like, I'm in bed with your wife. And sent a picture of himself to Kanye.
Look, guys, I know who the worst person in the world is, and it's Vladimir Putin.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I mean,
Wow.
you know.
Got him.
So I took a poll who won, Elisa or Beardson. Elisa won by 87%.
Yeah. That 13% watching
Shout
that voted
out
for
to the
Beardson.
13, by the way.
Yeah, proud of
Good
you
for
guys. Wherever the fuck you're coming from, I don't know, but good for you.
It's definitely 17% more votes than he deserved.
Hey, everybody watching, like this goddamn stream or else. You have a full panel, Ben, Billy, Scott, and patron guest, and it's like
Thanks, I have a name.
Lord Jamarcus.
I just wanted to point out that I'm the funniest white, and
You lost that shit. It's over.
I wasn't even up for grabs. I didn't
even get nominated.
because I wasn't on the show that year.
You didn't even get nominated.
Who won it the year before?
Your ego is so insane. We're talking
the
about
first
like
year
a
for the award,
stupid contest that doesn't even matter.
Exactly.
And you're
'cause the
getting
year-
all bent out of
The
shape
year
about
before,
it.
I was on their show, and it wasn't even an award, so I would have had that. And if I'd have won the award, I'd have came in, I would have walked in just like, hey guys, here for an episode just to claim my award again. Instead, I wasn't there, so they had to give it to you. It came down to you and Krendar. The guy that wears the fucking safari hat versus the guy
He's
that should
quite-
have a
he's
fucking
quite a
safari hat
hoot.
over his dome.
I will say he's quite a hoot.
You
You're right,
molding,
yeah, it came
balding
down to me
gingivitis.
and me.
Fight me, Magicus! No, it's Lord Magicus in the bottom. I was just shaming him because he's talking shit, calling himself the funniest white. You don't even
So
get
Monty
the
says
runniest
the contest
yoke.
does matter, so that makes it even worse since Billy wasn't even nominated.
What did Monty say?
You notice how Police Academy 2 was never nominated for anything at the Academy Awards?
I don't know.
It's kind of like that.
There's nothing like that.
Yeah, it's kind of. Oh, you
It's
know what?
literally
No,
nothing
I'm
like
sorry.
that.
I meant Caddyshack 2.
Nothing
Aw,
like that.
Ben, come on. Be nice, Ben.
I'm looking in the chat. I don't see anybody disagreeing with
This
me.
is so weird. This is a very strange video that someone sent to me.
Scouting sessions?
He is like this weird guy. Not only is he doing this, but he's filming it and uploading it to the internet. He's like going around asking random women like to be foot models for him.
Uh-oh.
And he's covering up part of his lens. This is so
Hi,
weird.
can I interview for my YouTube channel? Okay. Yeah?
Okay.
How old are you?
25.
25? Okay, perfect.
Okay, I won't get in trouble.
It's about your feet and mental health.
Feet and mental health.
Yeah.
Your feet and mental
The big
health.
two.
Yeah.
So what I do, I approach strangers.
Is the video on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so what I do, I approach strangers like
Is that his
yourself.
gross beard?
To see what
I don't know what it
Gaping
is.
down over the screen?
I thought it was like part of a microphone or something, but that's hair.
Yeah, that's... Ugh.
feel about. How do you feel about your feet, and how you feel about guys that like women's feet?
Did you see the look on her face like, oh shit, why did I
My
stop?
whole YouTube channel is about teaching
I'm going to get murdered tonight.
Yeah.
guys how to get over anxiety, especially like foot photographers or anybody who wants to do the type of work that I do.
To get over anxiety.
Yeah, to get over.
Don't act like foot photographer is a job. You crazy.
There's so much anxiety that they have to deal with on a
That's
daily
not
basis.
a job.
I like how he's
That's
grooming
a job
her.
in the way that masturbator is a job.
I like how he's grooming her,
job,
saying
it's
that
an
he
art
has
form, okay?
anxiety or that someone has anxiety. So her whipping her feet out would make her like help somebody's mental illness.
Yep.
This is sick.
Yep. You're
This
doing a
guy's
good
so
thing.
fucking gross.
Anxiety,
I want to
talking
put foot photographer on my resume now.
about
What
the
does it have
subject
to
matter.
do with feet, though?
Okay, I'll explain it to you. So, do you have a therapist?
Ooh, why does
Not
his voice get weird?
Yeah.
His voice got all murdery.
Yeah.
I'll explain it to you.
Moment.
No? Okay,
I
so
usually do.
have you ever heard of dialectical behavioral therapy?
I don't know.
Okay, can we sit down and talk to you
Yeah.
about it? Okay.
Really?
Don't
Yeah.
sit
Yeah.
2
minutes.
minutes, man. What are you doing?
It's not too late to just leave.
You're
this is
outside. You can run.
This is somewhere in between Dr. Scholl's and Dropped in Holes.
Like 10 minutes.
Put the lotion on its feet or else
Yeah.
it gets the fucking skeet.
Dude puts the lotion on its feet. Very good.
Oh no! This poor. I hope she's actually hired and he paid her to do this.
Is this
And this
fine
is
with
She
just
better
him.
be a plant, or else this just
It doesn't
this is just a
seem
bummer.
like it because I usually can tell when this kind of stuff's fake.
Because it usually ends with a girl getting railed on camera, right?
Well, this
Like-
is not a porn, definitely.
But this is a porn to a lot of people.
Yeah, it turns out this is porn.
This is porn to a
so
lot
she's
of people.
she's unknowingly participating in porn right now.
I mean, unknowingly or knowingly. I'm hoping that it's knowingly.
I don't think it
But
is.
yeah, it could be unknowingly.
I don't think.
I
it is.
just
It
like
started unknowingly, but it's gonna get there.
she's
alright?
putting her hair back, which tells me she's already into this, right?
She might be.
She's already into this, and this is sick, and that's why I'm hoping she was paid.
Well,
I
I'm
want to
looking at the
believe that this
sunlight.
is
Let me
okay.
have
She didn't
you-
put it back. She was just fidgeting, anxious, anxiety.
What's your YouTube channel?
What is she
Scouting
doing on her
sessions.
knees?
Scouting sessions.
Scouting.
Scouting. Yeah.
Stop! Oh
Yeah,
God!
scouting sessions.
Okay.
Run, crawl!
I'm gonna stretch a little.
Go ahead, yeah, do your thing.
I'm gonna stretch it. This is fake.
You think it's fake?
I hope.
All right. So what just happened just now? How do we get to this moment in time? How did we
How
get
did we get to this moment?
Yeah, how did we get here?
About meeting you?
Yeah.
I was
paid me
walking right
$100.
here, and you walked up to me and said, "Hey,
Is this Venice
can we
Beach?
talk?" And I said, "Yeah."
Probably.
Right.
Now
It's
we're
Venice
here.
Beach, yeah.
Now we're here. Why are we here?
I mean, I know why I'm here. I don't know why you're here.
No. Why is this? why are we talking to each other right now? What's the purpose?
He's doing disengaging comments.
Right,
He opened up a
exactly,
whole
okay.
new
So
camera.
why'd you
He
say
got
yes
her
to
on
me?
her phone. He dropped the other camera and got her on his fucking
All right,
phone.
cool. So let me give you the background because you asked the connection between mental health and feet. So my therapist taught me about dialectical behavioral therapy, DBT. So like DBT.
That's not what DBT
Okay, you know about that? Okay, so like someone's suffering from anxiety, right?
Yeah.
With DBT, let's say you have like a fear of approaching strangers, talking to people, meeting new people. They'll advise you to go out and to actually meet people. Put yourself in that situation where you're going to feel uncomfortable and those anxious feelings start to manifest. And when they do, you do a self-assessment and you ask yourself, what's the worst that can happen? Is there a threat to my life, threat to my health, threat to my safety? If there's not, then act opposite to those
should be thinking
negative
about all
emotions.
those things right now.
Yeah.
What's up with all the explaining though? And he's not filming her feet or anything like that right now. Nothing is.
It's all the explaining is disengaging because he's coming at her with professional talk, making her think she's in a professional setting.
Yep.
Which also, if he's teaching a class to people, if he's teaching people how to walk up to women and try and look at their fucking feet, because that's probably what he's also doing. He's probably got a whole subsection. Like we have fucking magicists here hanging out with us, learning how to be funny like us whites. He's trying to be funny like us. He's got a bunch of like magicists teaching how to fucking sniff feet.
The best. That's
it's true. You did.
Right?
Proud of you.
Engage with the person and cope with the situation. And then when it's over, you keep a diary of what happened, how did I feel about it, how did I get over, the situation. So with me, I've always liked women's feet. And for a lot of guys,
So you have a foot fetish?
no. But
was there a cut like there? A serial murderer.
She said, so you have a foot fetish. It might have been an audio pop in the mic. There's a lot of wind.
It looked like there was a jump cut.
If you go back, she was saying foot fetish and the audio popped, but maybe there was a jump cut.
With me, I've always liked women's feet. And for a lot of guys,
So you have a foot fetish?
no.
Yeah, there's jump
But
cuts.
The word fetish was cut out.
Yeah, probably.
But
for
there are a lot of guys who might, want to tell women that they do, but that's something that they don't want to talk about because, the stigma that's attached to it, for some people. And so what I do is I do these interactions with women to see how you react to a guy liking feet and what your opinions of it are so people can watch
I like how he's got this. Because so what's happening here is he pulled out his cell phone, right? He pulled out his cell phone and he's filming her from the shoulders up.
Yeah.
So the people that are watching because they have foot fetishes, they're not getting any of the actual delivery. Where's his second cam? I guarantee you it's pointed at her feet right now. I guarantee you he's got that shit for his patrons pointed at her fucking feet the entire time. Tell me if you disagree. I bet if we went and fucking bought his Patreon right now, we'd see the second angle of her goddamn feet.
Like put themselves in my situation or try to anticipate certain behaviors and everything. So instead of documenting by paper, I'm documenting by video.
So Zabravo says no kink shame. This isn't a kink shame. I'm fucking explaining the game right now. So if you guys want to do this, you'll know why it's happening. And if you don't want to do this, you'll be prepared to realize he's using disengaging conversation to open up her comfort zone and get her to do things she might not want to do anyways. But if he paid her to come out and do this and said, I'll give you $100, we sit and we talk and you show me your feet, and then you'll act like I met you though for my channel. I needed to act like I met you. I hope that's what's happening here and she knows what's going on. If not, she's just being duped by a fucking sicko.
Yeah,
So
and
what if-
there's a perfect response in the chat right below that. What if shaming kinks is my kink, which is 100% valid. You are allowed to have all the kinks you want. You can do the grossest shit, but I am just as allowed to be mean to you about it.
Exactly.
I cannot take that away from you.
Exactly.
I am going to be mean to you about it. You're a creep. You're gross. I'm not infringing on your rights. I'm just being mean, and I'm allowed to be mean.
Yeah,
So you're gonna have to be okay with that as long as you keep licking feet.
I'm really good at mean kink, so deal with it.
Think about that.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, if you're just gonna tell any random woman, like, oh, I like feet, like,
Yeah.
let's do something with feet, like,
Yeah.
I probably would recommend against that because
Calling
it's
the
the
police.
first time you're meeting.
Mhm.
If I'm in a relationship or if I'm constantly hooking up with someone and then
I love
after-
Bicycle Guy back here.
Look at him.
Looks like he's on his way to
He's
a
cool.
mid-90s WCW event in fucking Daytona.
They did hold one there.
No, he's
yeah.
biking to Sturgis for Road Wild.
That's true. Yeah.
Well, they filmed an episode of Baywatch on that beach with Hogan and Flair and all of them.
Yep.
I think it's on YouTube if anyone wants to see it. It's
Or
pretty
maybe
hilarious.
say it's been like 2 months and they tell me that, then absolutely, like that's totally fine.
So 2 months.
Well, I'm not saying like 2
My
months. I'm
guy's
just
like
saying,
2
you need to
months.
build a
I've
little
been
bit
talking to you for 2 minutes, and I know I'm about to see them feet.
of a relationship and trust before telling someone. Like, everyone has their own fantasies, but you're not going to just say it right off the bat.
You're right.
People are going to think that's weird no matter if it's feet or whatever.
That's interesting because I've met a lot. I mean, I've done almost 200 interviews, right? Some women appreciate that you're letting them know up front. Because what if we're in a relationship for 2 months and you...
It depends.
But listen. What if
Some
we're in a
women
relationship
just
for 2
mace
months and...
We're not in a
like,
relationship, you monster.
Right, what is this?
Feet, and you're like repulsed by that.
You're my girlfriend now.
And that's something that I enjoy. You know? Now I can't get enjoyment out of it because you're repulsed by it. As a man, it's like, well, I just wasted 2 months of my time with this woman because now she's not going to give me something that I enjoy.
Yeah, she's either showing, like, so he wants to make it clear you're showing feet, like, immediately.
Feet.
Or this isn't going anywhere.
Then the person you're with isn't very open-minded or understanding.
Right. But isn't it, so wouldn't it be better to, like, establish that first off the bat?
It's the children who are
I
wrong.
need to understand more what you're talking about because I personally don't like feet, but I like weird things, but it's not like to an extent, like maybe you're talking about something that's like way more intense than I'm thinking about.
What do you mean?
Like what do you mean by feet? Like,
I want to fuck the gaps in between your toes.
what do you...
Like, I find feet attractive.
I know. But
Okay, let's say, like,
so would you, like, get off to a picture
Yes,
of
whatever you're going to ask, the answer is yes, madam.
Yeah, she said, would you get off to a picture of just feet? Let's see what he says.
What do you mean? I'm talking about interaction between two people. Like, not a picture, but like two human beings, you know?
I'm saying, like, what if feet means
Not a
to
game.
you?
We're talking about
like
practice.
giving foot massages, rubbing on your feet, kissing on your feet, smelling on your feet, licking on your feet, those type of activities.
Oh, you could tell he started salivating while he was saying that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Are we allowed to comment on the guy's race or not? Where are we standing on that?
I mean, I chose not to.
I can't tell.
Oh, he showed his hand
Billy,
earlier.
I respect you.
He showed his hand. He had a nice
Billy, I
watch
assume you're
on.
like me. I assume you're like me in that you identified something fairly soon on and chose restraint.
Yeah,
and you know what? I respect it, and I will follow your lead.
Yeah, he had a nice watch on, which makes me think, despite his disgusting pubic scraggle hanging off his chin, that he's presenting himself to be somewhat respectable to these women with a scraggle
man
chin.
about town.
Yeah,
I like to imagine the camera is under his armpit right now, and that's the hair from his armpit in front of the camera.
Oh my God. Oh, why did you do that?
I like that.
Magicus.
I'm into that.
Maybe it's a crotch cam.
That's what I'm into.
Maybe it's a crotch cam.
You're dangerously close to winning funniest white with comments like that. You better chill.
Maybe it's a shaft cam. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
Yeah.
I thought about that too for a second,
Yeah.
but I told myself no. It's just his gross beard.
No, he's got them wild.
He's
pubes
probably
just flowing
dressed
through the
well,
air.
but also peacocking with like hair and beard to a point where he stands out.
He's 100% wearing a top hat right now.
Right.
Would you be open to that?
If not a random person, no. Not a one night stand, absolutely not.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm in a relationship or getting to know this person and they tell me they like that, sure, I would do something for them.
Not a one night stand.
He's getting turned on.
Yeah. Why do women act like they won't do something at a one night stand?
Some will, some won't.
They all will. It's just under the right
I don't know about
circumstances. I know about that 100%. It's all about mood. And this guy's not going to that mood. She's got her walls up still. But 100% she'll do some weird foot licking stuff.
You should do more in a one night stand.
Yeah, like you're not going to see this person again. This is where you start wearing like dirty
All bets are
Sanchez
off.
mustaches and leaving chocolate kiss streaks on the wall.
Yeah.
Do what they want for me.
Okay. So if a person lets you know that, like, the first time meeting you, you'd be put off by that?
Yeah, like, let's wait. I don't, like, go up to any random guy and we start hooking up. I say, okay, this is what I'm into.
Nobody said about hooking up. Just having a conversation like right now.
To be
Yeah, like let's like,
Nobody
like,
does
to get
what
to
you're
know someone
doing right
before you
now.
just tell them like everything about you.
Mm-hmm.
That would be like me just meeting you and telling you all my secrets. That's weird.
So you think like telling somebody that they find your hair attractive, that's weird?
I have
Or you
two
find your
secrets.
eyes-
And nobody will ever hear them, no matter how long I've met them. Nobody.
Billy, tell me a secret.
I only have two.
Everyone, Magicus and Ben, go earmuffs. Billy,
If I
just
were to
me.
tell you a secret, I literally would only have one secret left. What's the point? I have to give away 50% of my secrets?
Bill, let me tell you this: if you give away one and then you only have one left, both secrets right now are very valuable, right? They're very valuable secrets to you. But you take away one, now you've more than doubled the value of that last secret. I would classify it as priceless if you only had one left.
No, because then it leaves room. It leaves room for me to make a new one, and that's where trouble starts. If I keep it at two,
I love making new secrets.
yeah, it's a double barrel, right? Like if I empty one of the chambers, I got to fill it back up. So
just tell me one.
It wouldn't behoove me.
Tell me a good one.
It wouldn't behoove
Tell
me.
us where the body is buried.
Never. And buried, yeah, right. Like it'd be acidic acid. it'd be stew. It'd be soup. The bones would be in acid.
What happened in
Y'all would've
Atlantic
ate it.
City?
Nothing.
Oh.
Very like on the surface thing. I'm not gonna tell you like my deep desire.
He was like, "Oh, you don't like someone telling you your hair looks attractive?" It's like, no, you don't. First of all, you don't say attractive, especially to like a stranger. Like, if someone brought up their hair, you could be like, "Oh, your hair looks nice," but you're not like, "Oh, your hair looks attractive." Like what?
And like women want to be complimented only to the point where it doesn't feel like it's connected to something. Like this compliment comes with a string attached to it. Like they don't want that.
Mm-hmm.
They want to feel like it was actually a gift, like a given compliment.
Also, attractive has a different connotation than like, "Oh, your hair looks nice." Or, you know,
I'd like to fuck your hair.
Right.
How about that?
Yeah, attractive. It's
Yeah,
like
like
my dick is hard for your hair.
There's certain times in a conversation where it's okay to say, "I bet the back of your throat feels velvety," and there's other times where you shouldn't say that.
This is the time
it's
where you
context.
So, liking feet would be considered like a deep desire that's different from liking someone's hair or eyes?
Yeah.
Because because you like it for more than just.
Because nobody is beating off to pictures of eyes.
Oh, you
That's
take that
why it's
back.
different.
I mean, there's always somebody, right?
I'm taking something else back.
Yeah, you remember that?
Taking our word
Remember
back.
that beautiful blue-eyed girl on the cover of National Geographic?
Oh yeah, she was like Middle Eastern.
Yeah, well, they did a follow-up on her when she was
She's
an
not-
adult,
she's-
and the adult picture was so beautiful.
No, it wasn't.
She was beautiful.
No, she did not age well at all.
She's
Wow.
trash.
I think
Throw her in the garbage.
I think this shows what a pure kindred heart I have.
It's always about you, isn't it?
Well, I thought she was beautiful when she was of age.
Necessarily, like cute, like I
Feet can be cute, but leave this poor girl alone. She's open-minded
That's
and
how you
nice, so
feel
don't
about
take
your
advantage of
feet,
that.
I know,
That's
but
what you
just
say,
like
right?
trust. I have bunions, if you know what that is.
Okay.
She has bunions.
She has bunions. I had a bunion and I had to have it surgically corrected.
She does not look like the bunion type.
I mean,
I had a
there's no
penis and I had
bunion
to have it
type.
surgically
You just
corrected.
get a bunion by not wearing shoes that fit right, and it causes your big toe to like cross over.
Yeah, she stretches though. It seems like she would wear shoes that fit right. Like she takes
You
care
don't
of
know
herself.
anything about her. You
Well,
literally
now
know
that,
nothing.
Now that I know she has bunions, I know how to exploit her insecurities.
There's no bunion type, everybody. There's no
But
bunion
there is a
type.
bunion type.
You should fuck
That same
I don't
guy
like
on the
her.
bike
Like,
has
I
just been going in circles in the
Yeah.
background the whole time.
He knows.
He
He's a
does not
vulture.
have a destination.
He's a vulture. He saw the
This is
lion.
what he's up
He
to.
saw the lion going for the kill, and he's ready when this guy leaves to take the fucking meat off the carcass.
That's true. He's picking up scraps.
He knows what he's doing.
Okay.
Like I'd probably have to get surgery at one point because
Okay.
you know the bones, whatever. It's gross, but anyways.
So you feel more self-conscious about your feet? Is that what it is, rather than like compared to like your hair, or your eyes?
Yeah, this is your problem, lady.
I mean, I wouldn't like.
Also, feet aren't, feet aren't supposed to be out in the public. Like, very rarely do you wear an open toe foot.
She is near the beach, though, right? So
Well, yeah,
that's
yeah,
one of the few places. And I guess, there's a lot of people wearing like sandals and shit in the Middle East, right?
But it is different because the foot is often covered, so that it has this air of shouldn't be seen in certain times. So
not unlike the vagina.
Hair, yeah,
Feet,
hair
the
and
vaginas
eyes,
of the bottom of
hair
your
and
body.
eyes and smiles are always presented.
By the way, this is the before and after.
She's beautiful.
Busted.
Yeah.
Oh my God, she's beautiful.
She was a refugee.
If somebody
her eyes
Also,
are
her eyes were
beautiful.
green, not blue.
Maybe I'm just seeing her eyes. The
Yeah,
eyes
pretty
didn't
feet like
age.
that's like considered some-
You got
Maybe
the
you're
color of her
wrong.
eyes wrong.
Yeah.
What?
Maybe it's that you were wrong and not some other reason.
Did I say blue eyes?
like a deep desire. You shouldn't
Yeah.
let somebody
Oops.
know off the bat.
You need to
You're fired.
understand it's just not the same as someone's hair.
Okay.
So I say it's not like I think you're making it like a bigger deal than not.
Okay.
I think as long as you're not a creep about feet and you've already
He is.
established the relationship
Well,
with someone.
let's say I was a creep about feet. What
He
then?
makes a YouTube video where he interviews random women about it. I don't know.
Okay.
They should be happy to do that with you.
Okay, so if a guy approached you and gave you a compliment about your feet,
No, that's weird.
that's weird to you.
Yes.
Okay. So you would feel, how would you feel about that? Attach that with an emotion.
I would think he's creepy and
Fear?
I probably want to leave.
See, I don't think she's an actor. I think she would have been way more receptive to this.
Okay. What's the worst that can happen?
Well,
from
he might have said we're gonna meet up and I'm gonna ask you
He might
questions.
have said
and I'm
anything,
gonna give you
sure.
$100, and then so she'll come to meet up and she'll pretend like he just met her.
Sure,
But-
he might have. He may, like any scenario you
And this
come up
this
with.
could
yeah.
still be an honest conversation.
Yes.
Just she was paid to do it. Like
Maybe.
If that happened, then I think she definitely hired that guy with the bicycle to just stick around and be
Probably
like,
that's her
okay,
dad.
make sure nothing bad happens.
she's like, hey, Dad, could you ride around
shit
on a
goes
bike
down.
behind me? Make sure I don't get friggin' multa buena'd by the top hat wearing gentleman.
a guy giving you a compliment about your feet?
If he's gonna give a compliment about my hair, my eyes, like, cool. Like, those are pretty normal things. I don't feel that weirded out, but I don't know. Feet is usually associated with, like, okay, hair and eyes are not always, like, sexual. When you think of feet, it's, like, more sexual.
Anything can be fetishized, though. So like,
Really?
Yeah, definitely.
there are definitely hair fetishes out there for sure.
Wild-
Feet
yeah.
are more sexual.
I
Why would you like
noticed.
somebody's hair?
Late in life that I was creepily sniffing everybody's hair that I met. I didn't realize it until someone said, "Did you
But then
sniff
you got,
my hair?" And I
you
said,
didn't
"You
realize
goddamn
it
right,
till
I
you
did."
got elected president.
Exactly.
Calm down there, Biden.
Because their hair is sick.
What about teeth?
Absolutely not sexual. Teeth.
Nah, I met a
are
woman.
pretty.
I met a woman that loves guys' teeth.
Yeah, she probably just that's like that is an attribute that she likes to have look nice on somebody.
Counterpoint, what about the movie Teeth?
I've never seen it.
Good movie.
I mean, I like guys' smiles.
Everyone go
Vagina
watch Teeth.
dentata.
That's your homework tonight.
I'd be attracted
Vagina.
to a smile even if like they weren't that attractive, but if they had a good smile, I'd be like, oh, that person's
You get pedicures?
Oh my god, what a weird like that was a weird kind of now I'm rerouting the conversation.
Yeah, exactly. It's dominance in conversation to get back to what he wants. He's already said he's in it for what he wants. These are all just the tactics he's using. And women, a
Cheers,
majority.
sweet boys.
Coop car! Thank you.
Do you think foot
Come drink,
fetishes?
Maggie.
You think foot fetishists get turned on by that shit that they do for pedicures where the little fish eat the dead skin off your feet?
Probably. I almost got one of those when I was in Vegas.
I heard that feels really weird. I've never even had a normal pedicure, but the fish thing, they've actually banned that in some states because they say it's animal cruelty, but it's I've seen it in a lot of places too.
I had a normal pedicure once, and it was interesting. The women.
Did you feel pretty?
Yeah, I did. I went with a girl, and the girl was Latina, and the women, for some reason, this weirded me out.
Were they Korean?
They might have been. They're some sort of Asian, but they put on gloves to do her feet and not mine. I'm like, is that racist? Because she's like a pretty young girl.
Did the same person do both of your feet?
No.
That means the two different people had different preferences about.
I guess, yeah. We were
That's
right
the
next to
easier
each other.
explanation.
We were right next to each other, and I'm like, what is going on here?
You had different people.
I
All right, now I feel like it's getting creepy. Because why does it matter if I get pedicures?
Because, I mean, do you beautify your feet?
Absolutely not.
You don't?
If it would have been the same person, I would have been like,
I
why?
don't get manicures. I don't get pedicures. I spend my money on like what I want for myself. So like that might.
She's
be something
got
for my hair
bunions. She ain't
because
getting
I
no
am more,
petties.
like,
She don't want nobody looking at her
longer
feet.
You can still. I think you don't really understand what bunions are.
I think I understand insecurities in women.
Money on my
Okay.
Okay.
All too.
They're
well.
not like horrible like lesions on your feet. It's
Yeah.
just like your bad, not well fitting shoes cause like a deformity. It's like a mild deformity.
Self-conscious though, even if it's something that's mild, even if something that's barely noticeable, is 100% more noticeable to the person who has it, and it lets them eat up their security.
To certain people.
Okay, that's
Maybe she's a
Most
very
people.
secure person.
And some guys would
walked
care.
away right at the
I
wrong time.
don't care. That's why I don't care about guys' opinions.
Okay. How often do you show your feet?
Why? That's okay. Now this is getting weird because now you're asking.
What does that
It's
mean?
been
Show
weird.
your feet though.
It's because he
Like,
wants her to show his feet, but he's setting the bar at the extreme to what he wants, so he knows how far he has to walk her until he gets it.
Yeah.
Personal question.
Yeah. This is about mental.
For your mental health.
It is.
No, that's.
But I'm trying to figure out why there's like anything related to your feet.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the mental health aspect of this. What does that have to do with anything?
So he used mental health. It was feet and mental health, and the mental health aspect was to get over his anxiety for talking to women about their feet.
He's shrouding it in good deeds.
Yeah, he's saying you're going to be helping me get through my anxiety, and the people who are watching get through their anxiety.
Right.
So he's literally given her this idea that she's helping somebody in need by showing her feet. It's predatory. It's sick.
My feet though. That has nothing to do with mental health.
Because there's like, okay, remember I told you about DBT? Like, do you feel like there's asking you about a question like that is like there's a threat to your health or a threat to your safety and answering?
I don't really see how. Well, first of all,
There is
I
a
take
threat
off
to
my
her
shoes
safety.
as much as that guy, that girl, these people right here. We all do it. That's like a kind of weird question. Like,
no, I mean like
when you go to the
I've
beach,
never
you
taken
take
my
off your
shoes off ever.
shoes when you go to the bathroom. Like,
Sleep in
I'm
them?
not on the toilet. Just
See, if I were her, I'd call him out and I'd be like, look, I'll take my shoes off, but you got to suck my toe to completion.
What is completion?
He's got a foot fetish and he doesn't even know.
Who's completion?
Exactly.
Her?
He wouldn't know what to say to that.
Does she shoot a toenail into his mouth?
Yep.
Like,
Yep. I gotta
No,
be
but I mean,
de-nailed after you're done with me.
like wearing
I'd
sandals.
go over the
wearing
top with this man. I'd
high
fuck this
heels
guy up.
Where your feet are shown. Like, you've never got a.
You'd never want to look at a foot again.
I'd ruin
It's
his-
like you want to smoke? Smoke this whole pack of cigarettes.
Exactly.
Make him smoke the whole pack.
Exactly.
He strikes me
Aversion
as the sort of
therapy.
guy who's gonna cut your foot off as a trophy after he's done with it.
Deep in
Oh, he wants to keep that foot.
I'd have adversion perversion therapy.
Compliment from a person.
I wear these shoes every day.
Okay.
I like dance in these shoes. I don't really wear flip flops. I don't wear heels. I can't walk in them.
Okay.
Do your feet get real sweaty?
Okay. So
My feet will be covered up all the time.
okay. Very interesting. You're the first person that I met who really doesn't like have a.
Now he's making her feel like she's the weirdo.
Yeah,
Well,
you're
nah, I can't
you're a
say
bad
that.
person.
This is the-
no, you know what?
Why
I
would
won't
you
even
be
say
like
it.
this?
This is the part of manipulation where he's making her feel like she's the outlier. She's weird for that.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then he won't even say it. It's so bad. It's such an insult.
I'm-
Oh no, I'll be polite.
I'm so good at manipulation. I should start one of these channels.
Go
I met
ahead.
other individuals like that. That's
Let's
interesting.
go down to Alki Beach and you can interview the girls playing volleyball.
But I don't. Foot is not.
Let's go down
exciting
to
me.
Al Qaeda and see what's going on there.
Yeah. Feet aren't exciting to me, so like I wouldn't be a foot fetish scout. I'd be scouting.
How often do you show your boobs?
Yeah, I'd be scouting scars from appendix removal.
Oh,
Nice. Nice
So,
one.
would you show your feet right now?
No.
No. That would be uncomfortable for you.
Then get the fuck out of here.
He's not
Only
giving
if
up
we
yet.
Get the goal.
He
We
hit
get the
circle.
goal. Show my feet.
Nobody wants to see your feet, Magicus. Did you drink? You did drink, right?
Yes, I did.
Good job. You were out of the room when we hit it.
That's like you asking me like, will I show you like my belly button right now?
Okay.
Like, yeah.
Well, would you show
friends,
that?
Sure thing. I'll show you.
All right.
But not a stranger walking down the street.
Okay. I got you. So wrapping things up. What did you?
So wrapping things up. Now that that's off the
This
table.
guy is a monster.
This is how good I am. I would have had her showing me her fucking esophagus. I'd have had a flashlight in her throat, looking at her gillygopper shadow dance. That's how fucking good I am. This guy's so weak. This guy's so weak.
Show uvula.
Think about this interview so far.
I think that.
Let me ask you this before you answer that.
Okay.
So you asked her a question, and when she tried to answer it, you want to ask her another question.
Yeah, actually, shut up a minute. I'm going to say more things.
Yeah.
I think he realized
Me asking you these type of questions. Did you feel like it was creepy?
Yes.
These type of questions.
Be
I'm
honest.
asking
Tell
you?
him yes.
Here's the thing.
Yes.
To be honest.
Be honest.
Guys can be really creepy with girls.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just flat out. I've been.
We're not talking about guys. We're talking about me.
Tell him
You're
yes.
not a guy?
Oh, just you,
he's-
then yes.
He's saying not in general.
Don't misgender me.
She's trying to generalize her yes to save his feelings, and it could partly be because she cares about his feelings. It could partly be because she doesn't want to anger this guy because he is a creep that is really putting pressure on her in the conversation.
I think some people are just so polite. Like, it's like the kind of person that won't just like close their front door on Jehovah's Witnesses.
that would fall into she doesn't want to anger the guy.
Right,
The first
right,
part.
yeah.
Yeah. But that honestly, it would be the ultimate trump card on his part if when she's saying that he'd be like, actually, I'm a woman.
But this does relate to guys because I don't really understand what goes on in guys' minds. Like, I feel like they're always like so sexual no matter what. Like some young girl could be whatever dancing like I'm gonna be and they're gonna be sexual. So when you ask about feet, it is gonna relate to me like thinking about creepy guys. And
I've known a few women that were like cam girls and shit like that, and they said some of the most aggressive consumers of that sort of material are foot fetishes. Like, they're very aggressive.
Yeah, it's the number one fetish.
Yeah, they seem to go hard.
Yeah.
Upon what? Based upon past experiences?
Bicycle guy is still in the background. He's keeping his watchful eye on this.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's actually the hero here.
Or just what?
well, I mean, I've had many interactions with
Or he's
creepy
a
guys
vulture.
who disrespected me.
Okay.
Not necessarily about feet. Like what I said, I'd be totally fine with someone wanting to do feet stuff if we already established a relationship.
Okay.
But not like some random guy walking down the street and complimenting you on your feet. Again, that's like the same as like, I don't know. That could be the same as someone saying like, "Hey, nice butt," or like, you know, like it's just kind of out of place and not really okay.
It'd be funny if you just hit her with a cream pie right now, like a banana cream pie right in the face.
I was
He's
like,
so
what?
funny.
I'm like, hold on.
Like clown
What are we
style.
talking about?
He's so
Well, based
hilarious.
upon this interaction, this 11 minutes that we spent time together, what are your
11
thoughts
minutes?
concerning
You're
the
my
interview?
girlfriend now.
Just in general, how do you feel about the interaction?
Guess I'm confused.
What's the confusion?
That's it.
What's the
I
confusion?
probably have to practice my dance now because they're gonna come in a minute.
All right.
Oh, she's in the park waiting for people to like. She must be part of a dance troupe or something.
Yeah, she has something to do today.
Yeah.
She had a little time to kill. She had, she got bunions because she's a dancer.
That could be a big part of
Obviously
it.
earned them from the dancing. Dancers have some pretty worked feet, and that's great. Ballerinas
Disgusting.
all the way through. They get worked, and a lot of foot fetishes get turned off by dancer feet. It's actually kind of interesting. They want the dancer body, but they want the fucking feet of a predetermined undergraduated.
I think
individual.
the body a lot of times is just the
keep
byproduct
saying
of
words.
all the exercise that you would get being a dancer.
Wait, is there anything about the interview that could have been better?
Yeah. But I think that's
Anything
just a
that could have made
byproduct.
it
I think they do the dancing because they like the dancing. And then
Of course,
the physique.
more
Yeah,
pleasurable?
I think something could be better.
What's that?
You need to like describe what your YouTube channel. Like, I think you need to kind of get to the point of how this.
I hate defending him, but he literally kind of did like right away. Like, he didn't trick you at all. He was very forward.
No, he was
Sort of.
deceptive. He was manipulative.
He was
Okay,
forward, but
all right.
also he wasn't clear about like.
Yeah, he literally started off saying it was about mental health.
Okay, you're
Yeah,
right there.
like forest for the trees. Why are you doing this?
Yeah, it's about mental health and feet. What? Well, now I'm interested because I'm interested in mental health because I'm a girl that probably is questioning whether or not she has BPD or something. Like many dancers.
Was she an Onision fan when she was younger?
Probably not. She's
Who
25.
Yeah.
She's maybe
Yeah.
at 25 she was.
I mean, Onision was still riding high.
She might have
like,
did one of her first dance
6
routines
years
to "I'm
ago.
a Banana."
I'm a banana.
You don't see the correlation?
Some random person just filming me to like for no fucking reason because you like feet and want to get my opinion about feet, and then you're gonna like watch it in your room later by yourself. Like I don't know who
Not
you
by
are.
himself. He's gonna upload it to the internet, and all his other little foot fetishists are gonna be like, "Oh yes." And he's gonna break down everything you said and say, "This is why she was never gonna be a get for the foot community, anyways. She's got bunions. She's a dancer.
Show second
Boo.
camera.
Dancer feet. I know there is a second camera down in her little. They probably watch it to see where her toes curl while he's talking to her in different ways.
On her little piggies.
Yeah, little cheesy
I might be
piggies.
right by the way you're responding to that.
You are
I mean,
right.
because you could have asked me with my YouTube channel.
Oh, he's trying to get a shot. He's slowly backed up this entire time.
I think his other camera has
Sir,
been pointing
you've
at her
had a
feet the whole
full
time.
erection this entire interview.
Because you didn't do that.
I asked you right away.
Why didn't you look it up?
I don't.
Oh, you don't have a
You were
phone?
talking.
My phone's right here, but I'm not on my phone. You said we're gonna have a discussion.
All right, but you're saying that
talking to my face.
you're in the
I'm gonna
moment.
go on
My
my
phone
phone
out.
and look up your YouTube channel.
Okay.
I'm just saying, like,
If she's not acting, like, I don't know for sure. It seems genuine. She just seems like a really polite person. And she can't be like, well, fuck you, you're weird, I'm leaving. Plus, she's going to be around there anyway, she makes it sound like.
I think maybe before
It might be
saying like,
real.
hey, I'm gonna ask you questions about feet.
I don't know
like,
for sure either way.
I don't know, get into the.
I hope
the
it's not
details
real.
A lot of these seem very staged, almost like they're reading lines, and this
of
doesn't.
How it like correlates.
Okay. All right, so just
If it
describe
cuts
more
to a
about
clip
the
of
mental
him
health aspect
eating
you're
her
saying.
feet in sausage.
Yeah.
that'd be so
like,
great.
He
like
looked
women
to see if the
feel
guy on the bike was over there still.
comfortable about.
Where's my
the
bike guy?
interview.
All right, anything else?
No.
Any parting words?
Nope.
All right, then. Well, thank you for your time and energy.
You're welcome.
Take care. Enjoy your exercise.
Thank you.
Can we talk about his race now, or still not?
Okay,
Let's fine.
Here's Spexo. We haven't
My man.
Yeah, we haven't seen him in a little while. What's he up to?
Most slaves in America had it better than the majority
Strong
of
start.
people do
Strong
today.
start.
And like people, that's like
The majority of people do today?
Yep. I'd say 85% of the American public is currently below the slave line.
I mean, just by virtue of better medicine and better technology, that's not true.
You have
not
no
even
idea how
factoring
good
in
the
the
iPhone was back in that day.
being owned and forced to work. That on
what
top of
part of free room and board are you against, Ben?
it's not free. and you can't leave either. I mean, just because you don't have to pay
Look,
for it doesn't mean you're not working for
The
it.
system wasn't perfect, but hey, we gave it a shot.
Aren't
for
there
a couple
laws in
hundred
Canada
years.
against saying this kind of stuff?
Absolutely not. We never had it, so we can just joke about it because we're not fucking monsters.
No, there was definitely slavery. Maybe not when.
No, we just did native genocide, no slavery.
Yeah, they're still finding the
That's it.
bodies. But hold on. Like before Canada was established as a country, there had to have been slavery.
in 1974.
Yeah, there had to
1974.
have been slavery at some point.
Nope.
Well, I mean, like colonists bringing slaves.
Nope.
Okay,
Name
well, you're
one
wrong.
slave.
You're wrong.
There wasn't a lot of
Look it up.
There wasn't a lot of need for big slaves in
I was
Canada,
gonna
right?
say, what,
You're
what,
making
what are we
stuff
gonna
up
have
right
for a
now.
fur plantation?
You are doing this
Yeah,
thing where you're
exactly. There was fur traders. They go up, they kill things, and walk
Yeah,
out
I
with
mean,
their pelts.
there's parts-
What
there's
businesses were up
parts-
there during that time
There's
period?
parts of the United States that's like literally walking distance from parts of Canada historically.
Yeah, and
there
historically
was slavery on one side, and this was before Canada
No,
existed.
we drew
when-
the line and said, we're just
What do you
doing
mean we?
genocide
It
up here,
didn't
none of the
exist
slavery
yet.
business.
And
Canada,
It's
and
part
then
of my
also,
heritage.
hold on,
it was
hold
always
on.
we. It's a shared heritage.
Hold on. And also, what about the Hudson Bay Trading Company? Where they
What
owned
about it?
like
No slavery.
they owned like 2/3 of they owned the fucking country, right?
Yeah, having a monopoly doesn't mean you have slaves,
There was
Ben. Those
slavery.
can be separate.
There was slavery.
the Hudson Bay Trading Company.
There
What
was
were they
not.
trading?
Find ourselves right
all
now,
sorts of
isn't
stuff.
it?
The store with the name on it still exists.
Yeah, at the
Yep,
airport.
Good store.
controversial statement or whatever, but If you think about it, like they
Amazon
had
kinda
a
has
place to
slaves.
live where they didn't have to worry about bills or food or really anything. They worked for about 8 to 12 hours, but no more than free people worked who had the similar jobs. And they were with their family. They had higher literacy rates than they do now, which is kind of gay. If slavery was ended because
slavery and
that's okay. Look, Spexo. Look, I'll go on a limb and say he's probably not a very nice guy, but that is an inarguably funny line.
So
slavery in Canada never existed.
No,
Thanks,
no,
Wikipedia.
nope. It includes both that practice by First Nations from the earliest times and that under European colonization. Like I was just saying, colonization. The thing is that Britain outlawed slavery in 1833, and then all the Commonwealth.
Oh,
did it.
1833, 34 years before Canada
But
became
what I
a
was
country.
saying is
Check and
on
mate,
the
Ben, how
land
much
of-
I hit the bricks.
What I was saying is in the land, like on the land that is now known as Canada, there was slavery, and there are people.
I believe you're speaking of New France, not Canada.
Well, even parts of Ohio was New France at one point.
So if we can put
I'm
the
sure it
blame,
was.
Yeah.
if we can put the blame,
Fort Detroit.
I would like to put the blame on Ohio.
yeah, if we can put the blame for slavery on the
guys.
people that were there before we were a country, that changes things in
That's
America.
how a lot of a lot of slaves came over before the United States was a country. It happened in both places.
they wanted to
It just continued
And you know
way
what?
too
You don't
long.
have to count those. You don't have to count those for your U.S. slavery. But I think
would.
you had a little bit. Let me check.
'Cause they
I'll
remain
check.
slaves.
But I think you had a little bit from 1776 to 1865.
Hey, it's not
I
our
think you had
fault
a
you're
little
a
bit.
bunch of pussies that were like, beholden to the crown this entire time.
Hold on. Your take is that we were pussies because we didn't have slaves?
No.
Would you like to go on the
Damn.
record with that,
No,
Ben?
what I
Ben,
was saying was
2022. If you don't have slaves,
shut the fuck
you're
up, Scott.
a pussy.
Shut the
Ben,
fuck up.
2022.
What I was saying
pretty sure
was
that we did in
blah
the
blah
US
blah. Shut up,
agree
Magicus. Shut
slaves
the fuck up,
counted
Magicus.
3/5 of
Shut
a
up,
person.
Magicus. Shut up.
Yes, Master Ben.
What I was saying.
Crack that whip, Ben. Crack that whip. Fucking monster.
Lordy, have mercy on me.
What I was
Master
saying.
Ben, no.
Dude, you guys are fucking cunts. Seriously. Like, what I was trying to say was, you guys didn't become your own country until the 1970s. It took you that long.
That's correct.
That's why you guys are pussies.
We were ironing things out, and
Oh,
look,
okay.
and that entire country's history, 0 slaves. Can you say that about yours?
No.
We're still ironing things out.
Absolutely
200
not.
some years into our country.
or literacy rates, maybe no. But they went to church more, right? And now people think that they're free, but they spend 12 hours a day in a cubicle, and they have to
Good
worry
point.
about paying rent, paying all of these different bills, all this stuff, and they're just fed propaganda and lies, and their belief structure is completely subverted and manufactured by corporate entities in America, and people think that that is freedom.
Good point.
It's completely nonsense.
Propaganda and lies like all the little
I'm not saying that I would
crosses
rather
behind
be a slave.
But
than
those
I-
crosses predate slavery in America.
True.
Yeah. I think that if Canada would have become its own country at the same time the United States would have, 1776, they would have kept their slaves longer.
I think.
I don't know.
I think
Nope,
Canada.
I don't know.
I think. I
If
think
they would have just
Impossible.
kicked the queen to the curb, that's probably what would have happened.
I think it's pretty safe to blame.
Well, he was a
any-
king then, but okay.
Hey, don't rewrite
Hey,
history.
It's pretty.
Hold on, though. You know what's fucked up though? Canadians will take credit for burning down the White House when their country didn't exist, but they won't take credit for the slavery that existed in their country before it existed.
I don't take credit for burning down the White House. That
Oh,
was
whatever,
50
you
years before
lying
Canada
sack
became a
of
country.
shit.
Never once. No.
Yeah, it was.
They teach that in school in Canada.
They do,
It's
yeah. I remember when Scott and everybody told me about that. I'm like, shut the fuck up. That never happened.
It wasn't Canada. Like, he can't, like, so he did tell you that.
Yeah, like
I didn't tell them.
2006.
You liar.
2000, but it
So
might have been. It might have
technically,
been
the United
Scott
States
backed
did
up
not lose a war
Dan. It might have been
against
Dan
Canada.
that told me it.
I don't know.
And Scott was like, "Yeah,
Probably
I read
Dan.
about
Dan.
that." It was
It's
in a
probably
book.
Dan. Dan's a liar.
Can't
Fucking
take credit
Dan.
for burning down the White
Fucking Dan.
House.
But
Never
yeah,
did. Never would.
if Canada, if Canada before it was Canada did do slavery, I think we can blame that on the French pederasts.
life I have now, but I could just look at other people's lives in America that have no free agency, if that makes sense. They can't formulate opinions objectively based on anything. And everything that they believe in.
We get one more like, we'll get over 100 likes.
Abolished by
Thank
Governor
you.
Simcoe, who was a veteran of the American
thank
Revolution.
God.
Also, some of the hottest Canadians are First Nations like Kara G.
I don't know who that is,
Okay,
but sure.
the first part is true. The second part is absolutely not.
I don't know who Kara G is, so.
Propaganda.
Well, I don't know who
that
she is either,
in
but
line-
the statement in general is patently untrue.
Pamela Anderson was Canadian.
And with the establishment
But not
narrative.
First Nation.
And they think that they're just free thinkers and stuff like that. No, they are
Pamela
slaves.
Anderson was Iroquois.
No, she wasn't.
They're more slaves
Ooh,
than
Magicus
the
with the big
actual
burps.
slaves.
He's gonna
Go
puke.
down the wrong
He's
pipe.
gotta puke. He's gotta puke.
Oh,
He's
that is
gotta
Magicus
puke.
dying.
He's gotta puke.
We got him good.
He's gotta puke.
Boy, oh boy.
Oh,
Please
he
don't
almost
die,
did.
Magicus.
He almost puked. He was gonna die. He was just gonna puke.
He's my friend. He's Lord Magicus. He died
No,
today. I
it
will
went
miss
down
him.
The wrong tube.
That was a tough drink.
It didn't go down the worst tube, though, right? There's other tubes that could have gone down that would have been a little worse.
Yeah, of America.
No, that was
and
It went down a suboptimal tube.
like, I don't know. I posted something about this the other day. Like, people totally misunderstand the concept of freedom, and I learned this from reading the Catechism and other Catholic theological.
What a great place to learn it.
Stuff, whatever. The point of
That's a
freedom.
good place to learn about freedom. Is the catechism.
The catechism.
That God granted to us.
Fucking idiot.
No wonder why he thinks slavery is a good thing.
Was to willingly know, love, and serve God. That is the point of freedom. And to choose
That's
to
freedom.
do evil
Is being subservient to a made-up deity. Now you're talking freedom, pal.
Either that or Nick Fuentes. He's a subservient to both of them.
Is not
Or Nick
freedom. It is an
Fuentes.
abuse
you
of
gotta,
it.
look, at the
And
end of the
in
day, you gotta simp for something.
If I was an alt-right Nazi, the last thing I would do is follow Nick Fuentes.
Right?
Holy shit, how pathetic.
You could do better. You could
should do better.
Like I would be a leader if I was an alt-right Nazi. I would I would not. Yeah,
If you were my girlfriend, I'd treat you so good.
Fuentes.
Look,
Hello, I am Nick Fuentes. I would like to talk about white supremacy. It doesn't make sense. What?
Ben, if
That was my Nick
you
Fuentes
took
impression.
if you took Scott, myself, and Joe, and we turned this into an alt-right podcast on Cozy TV,
I'm
we'd
listening.
be getting $1
Keep talking.
million each every year.
Oh, damn.
Every year.
You know what I do? I go to my other computer here in my house and I'd open like 2 million tabs, browser tabs. We'd be getting 2 million views.
You know what I do?
Because that's how it works there. They don't have the sophisticated system that, Twitch and YouTube have where they can sense fake views. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reload.
Yeah.
Fuck you,
Enslaves
low brow
you
jester.
to
That was a
sin.
makeup shot.
A makeup
sin
shot
is the
because you
most
coughed
violent
it
form of
up?
slavery.
Next, it'll be a make out shot.
Yeah, Magic is what you trying to do, kids.
Ooh.
I think we're $47.01 away from Magicus punching himself in the balls. Was
Yeah,
that
I
the
think
deal?
so. Yeah, I think
Nice.
that
Was that the deal?
Hey, Black Jill in the chat, shut the fuck up. So just
Oh,
caught up to
damn.
Scott saying there was no slavery in Canada. Trolling, right? You'd have to be. There was a lot of slavery in Canada. Canada became a country in 1867 and not one goddamn slave since. So shut up.
Yeah.
Didn't you mean 1967?
Get it right or pay the price. So 1833 is when slavery was abolished by the
1994,
British
when Canada
Federation.
became a country.
Yeah.
So this whole idea that
Black
freedom
Jill, if
means that
that
we
is
have the
your
freedom
real
to do
name.
anything. We have freedom from moral standards and all this stuff. That is not what freedom is. That is an abuse of freedom, and it should be completely shut down. Yeah. So let's see. What are you guys saying?
I'm glad you went on that diatribe about
what do you
the
think
abuse
of the
freedom.
testimony of black slaves? I think you should look into it. No, I'm 100%. There was definitely slaves that were abused.
I just
and
love the
mistreated.
Might have
mind.
been bad for some of them.
I love the mind of somebody who thinks that they freed their mind, they're living in true freedom, and they're under the thumb of Catholicism and Nick Fuentes. Holy shit.
It's very funny. It's
oh,
very funny.
God.
Yeah, Canada as we know it now formed in 1982, April 17th,
Good year.
1982. So I was
You were
actually
about,
born
what,
before that happened.
You're about 14 years old when that happened, Ben?
Yeah, exactly. No,
I was
I was
actually
actually
-23.
I was almost 2 years old, or no. I was almost 1 year old at that point. I'm born in May.
You know when I was born?
1981.
You know when I was born?
I don't care.
Why don't you care?
I don't care about you.
I know you don't, and that's depressing because I'm the greatest part of the show. You should fucking adore me.
That's why I don't care, because you talk like that.
When I was born, the fattest man in the world was from Seattle, Washington. And he died within a month of me.
Hold my beer.
He died within a month of me being born, and
Cool.
I think I took over his soul.
Okay,
I like that.
good.
I like that.
Yeah. Canada didn't even print their own money until the 1930s. All of it was printed in London and shipped over to Canada.
We stole it from America and then devalued it.
I thought Billy was going to say he was literally born as the fattest man in the world.
Maybe.
No.
I think I just
The
usurped
fattest
his
man in the world
energy.
lived in Seattle, and then I was born at 890 pounds. And
Yeah,
surpassed him.
and the tallest man, his shoes are ingrained in bronze in Pike Place Market.
And
yeah, or no, they're not bronzed.
They're not bronzed?
No, they're behind like a window that you got to put a quarter in to see it. Because they were stolen. They were Robert Wadlow's shoes, and because he made his money touring around the continent. And
did he show feet?
No, actually. And actually, he died from an infection on his foot that he didn't even know he had, because he didn't even have feeling in his extremities because he was so tall.
Should have showed feet more
What a
often.
boner killer.
He didn't even make it to like 25 years old. I think he died at 22, 23, something like that.
and stuff like that. But you also got to look at it like this. Like, slaves were expensive. Only 3% of the population owned slaves, right? So the idea that all of these,
The
like,
cool
there's
part
like
of
the
the
Django
population.
Unchained type, where the guy was buying slaves to fight them to the death and stuff like that. I think that's largely exaggerated or didn't happen at all. I'm sure that
He says the exact same thing about molestation in the Catholic Church, that it's largely exaggerated or it just didn't happen at all.
Well, you got to cope somehow.
Yeah.
I know, like, for a fact, there was like this one girl who like was really rich and bought a bunch of slaves just to kill them, but she was like a literal psychopath. People that were buying slaves were buying them and treating them like they were property, like they were farm equipment or something like that. So this idea that they were going to beat them and torture them and stuff like that for
Well, when they don't, because they have personalities unlike farm equipment. So when they
I don't know.
talk back
My
or when they don't
tractor-
want to work, how do you make them work? Yeah, they got beat. It's like objective. There's photos of it.
So the part I think that is exaggerated is how many people own slaves. Because he's right, they were kind of expensive. But the thing is, the people who owned slaves owned a lot of them. They didn't just have like one or two. It was like a lot.
Yeah. George Washington put it in his will that his slaves were freed, but it was only after him and Martha Washington died. So he kept them as slaves, and they were freed.
I mean, that's not a bad compromise.
Well, people didn't live very long back then, so I guess that's one side of it. But he could have just freed them, like, immediately.
Imagine if you were his kids.
Yeah, but he had
I think some of his kids were like his slaves' kids.
His slave
too, if
kids.
You know what I'm saying?
Because you know how kids get mad when their parents give their wealth away to charity rather than them? And these kids are just like, oh, man, you're giving away all the slaves? That's our family slavery.
I think it got to the point where some of those slaves, they were related to, you know what I'm saying?
That was like a big thing with Thomas Jefferson, wasn't it?
Well, I mean,
Jefferson was the
There's
guy.
a lot of black people
Jefferson
with the
was
last name
going to
Jefferson.
town.
Mm-hmm.
And Washington.
Yeah,
in fact.
yes.
Damn it.
no reason
Kind of the big two.
Yep.
is like hitting your lawnmower with a hammer if it doesn't work or something like that. You're just going to make them not want to be there anymore. You're going to make them want to run away or something like that. So this idea that like there was like this excessive abuse, I don't really buy that. I think that a lot of them definitely had hard lives and
But
stuff
here's
like
the
that.
thing,
But
like, do you care about your lawnmower's feelings if you hit it with a hammer? Like, not really. If that's what does the job to get it working, you're gonna fucking hit it with the hammer every time.
Right.
But if
So,
you destroy it
yeah.
with a hammer, you'll care, right? You gotta be careful with your farm equipment.
I love how he's
A gentle
That's
touch
why
with
the
the
Bible
hammer.
gives you instructions on how to properly beat your slaves. It tells
True.
you
The
in
Bible
Exodus,
does?
I think it's Exodus 21, as long as you beat them so they can get better within a day or
Yeah,
two,
the Bible
that's
does say
fine.
this.
It's totally okay.
Yeah.
Look, I've never once read the Bible, and I've never once been surprised when somebody told me the Bible says some heinous shit. I don't think I need to read it. I think it's smut.
It is very smutty.
Why did he feel the need to make this video? It's an interesting, because he feels like he's really trying to prove something to himself. He's explaining this to himself.
That's what I like. It's the second time I've asked it today, and I ask it with most of the videos we watched. I'm like, you could have not made this.
Right.
That is just as viable an option as making it.
From
so there
his
had
perspective,
to be something that made you make it.
From his perspective,
and it is that particular mental illness that I'm intrigued.
He can't be dishonest enough
Americans were also slave owners, including 4 of 5 civilized nations like the Chickasaw and Cherokee.
Well, that's
make one wonder who gets the reparations.
Well, that's
the native or the black people.
That's like absolutely.
Let's split the difference and give it to white people.
From what I learned in history class, it was a lot more difficult to enslave native peoples because they were native to the land and they had people out there that would come and help them and rescue them more, and they knew they were.
They would come save them.
Right. Whereas Africans, all their people were enslaved or across the ocean. So yeah,
but the reason that he feels the need to say this and talk about this is because in his mind he's telling you that the idea that slavery was bad is a conspiracy. It's an image being sold.
It happened, but
he's trying to tell you that it's the people trying to make you feel guilty. You know, and that you shouldn't feel guilty because it was just every day. It's like going to work. You just had to go to work, except you got your food and your home paid for, so you didn't have to worry about all that stuff.
I can understand like why it's hard to understand that at the time people did not look at slaves like people. Like they were property to them.
By law,
they
weren't
see them
people.
as like human beings, and that was the problem.
And even after they were emancipated, they were still treated as less than a person. There was that compromise, 3/5 compromise,
for decades afterwards.
Yeah.
I wonder if there were any vegan slave owners.
More than 50%.
I get why it's hard to get that, but like it doesn't change the fact that was how it was. Like, come on.
Like, I'm not obviously I'm not pro-slavery because, like I said, the Catholic Church condemned it. And if I was pro-slavery,
I like how he needs the Catholic Church to condemn something for him to think it's wrong.
How else can you know?
Is he okay with the death penalty? Because the Catholic Church condemns the death penalty.
I also like how when the Catholic Church condemns something that he doesn't agree with, or when
the Catholic Church is gay.
Yeah, when they allow something he doesn't agree with to be like okay,
being real gay.
He's like, yeah, the Catholic Church is really falling apart in that aspect. It's the media.
Yeah, it's almost like he's real selective about all his crazy bullshit.
Someone said that 3/5 compromise was before emancipation. I was wrong then. I'll take the L there.
Wouldn't be.
It's almost like he has a buffet of ideas. And the buffet is just named Catholicism, and he picks and chooses what he puts on his plate.
Based, it would be non-Catholic based, but I'm just saying that I think that morally and structurally that slaves in America had it better than the majority of people do in modern America. That's what I would say.
Yeah, we know what you would say. You have fucking shit takes all the time. Congratulations, Papa. I'll say this, I know no slave had it better than me. I'll tell you that much right now. No slave, because I'm a king.
Are you saying you would be the best slave?
I would say if I was a slave, his opinion would have a little more validity.
Okay.
Because I would be fucking lit.
Fair.
I would be lit.
Here's this is a male Karen freak out video that gets pretty intense.
Nice.
Here it is.
Oh, fun.
Now, I'm sorry, refund my milk. You want to talk to
refund my milk?
Yeah, listen to what he says.
Is anybody
I like that
surprised
it's milk-based.
Listen to what he says.
You want to talk to mother for her calling me a fucking cracker? And what was you doing? I called her a fucking nigger after she called me a cracker.
That went from 0 to N-word in like 3 seconds flat.
Yeah.
So who said it first? Did he say it first?
He's saying after
and then
she
he's
called
mad
him
at
a
what she
cracker.
called him?
He's saying after she called him a cracker. he dropped the
Well, then
Nambo.
that's fine. That's just a tit for tat. What are we mad about?
You have a nice day. Call the cops. Call the cops.
And you think I won't?
Huh?
Y'all, all you niggers think this is fucking acceptable? Huh? You fucking nigger.
Wow, he's going like he's at 10.
You're entitled to your own freedom of speech. You can call it what you want to call it.
I like how offended he is at being called a cracker. By the way,
my guy's literally shrimping out at the Popeyes.
Yeah.
And also, he's not offended at being called a cracker. That was just the excuse.
Right.
No one has ever been offended by being called a cracker. I can't believe that is a bannable word on Twitch now. That is so fucking embarrassing.
Twitch is embarrassing.
And
that's our word. Only we're allowed to say that.
Here's why he would be offended by being called a cracker, because somebody he looks down upon is looking down upon him in a statement.
Yeah.
So he gets offended because you're not better than me. I'm better than you.
He also has a violent criminal record because this guy was identified and like.
Yeah, no, be that. He a cracker. Fuck him. He can suck a dick. Just like I told him. You can suck a dick. 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 You can suck
He's talking to a woman right now, by the way.
a dick. You can suck a dick.
Put me on
You can suck a dick, cracker.
I bet you I'm
You can suck a dick, cracker.
I bet you I'll beat the fuck out of you.
You can suck a dick, cracker.
Your fucking parents
You
raised
can
you like
suck a
a
dick,
fuck.
Why would you
cracker.
even bet that you could beat the fuck out of a woman? The odds are like not worth betting for, right? Like the odds are that you're going to be able to beat the fuck out of a woman.
His at least one of his charges is domestic battery. So there you go.
So
he's a woman beater anyway.
So that makes the odds even worse. He's got a history of.
He's got practice.
He's got a history.
He's 152-0 in bare knuckle domestic disputes.
My gosh, this guy is a fucking dork.
Look what you're acting like, cracker.
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 Man.
Cracker, your grandmammy got it, bitch.
I love how she's just throwing it back at him.
Got it.
Like, if this guy was about his shit, she would not be holding that camera, right? Like, if you're that guy, if you want to talk about it, talk about it. But if you want to be about it, be about it. You're a fucking little lapdog.
her.
She's at work. You ain't got to be here. You could leave. No, you want to yap like a little punk-ass dog. You're not a cracker. You're a fucking pathetic human being.
You fat ass cracker.
Man up and beat up that woman.
Okay, before I was laughing at him, but she's uncalled for. She called him a fat ass.
He is.
So I'm on his side now.
Oh, now
Your
whose side are you
chicken
on,
getting
Billy?
cold, fat boy.
Oh,
Your chicken getting cold.
Stop calling
Your
him
chicken
that.
getting cold, fat boy.
You stop calling him, you fucking Popeyes worker.
Off to the game.
Billy.
You better stop calling him fat boy.
That was close.
You made him that way. You sell chicken.
You made him that way.
You sell delicious chicken.
I've been walking a lot.
Oh, is this Scott in his
and
wrestling
I've been
robe?
thinking, and my
Hold on. If this is Scott,
yeah.
So Scott is Rev and you're Shanny.
I'll be fine with this being me as long as someone else shows up in a minute.
Yeah,
Can you do a good Revelation News voice, folks?
That was payback. If you find Scott in his fucking wrestling robe, you got a wrestling robe a lot like this, right?
mind has been going
With
a
the
lot.
fucking
because-
frill. Don't you got the frill up in the fucking thing or something? You got the.
I got frill.
You
I
got
got
the fucking
flowers.
collar
I got,
frill, the flowers.
I got
This is you in your fucking
sequins,
wrestling
I got
robe, huh?
feathers.
Scott, did you see a few months ago where Ric Flair just randomly posted a photo of Sherry Martel wearing one of his robes and she's like naked under the robe?
Oh, that rings a bell, actually.
She
yeah.
had just been.
That's very funny.
She was riding Space Mountain, hands down.
100%.
Yes.
100%.
Yes.
Like,
yeah. And also, thanks to Ben and Joe for coming to my show in Seattle 2 weeks ago.
We're good friends.
We're good
friends.
I was going to come.
Billy was indisposed.
But my flight got pushed back 2 hours, and I couldn't make it in time. I thought I was just gonna be able to make it just in time. But
we're amazing friends.
Is
I know it sounded like it was a great show.
We
too.
have it, then we
if you
don't
guys are
have
ever
it,
in
then we
Seattle,
need it,
or if you
and-
ever find a tape of Scott and his wrestling,
I actually do have a few clips from that I was going to share.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I get it, and we have it for a while, and then we don't. So, there's these times where I don't got nothing. And my mind races manically crazy. And that's where I've been. I've been walking a lot of places.
You've been fucking Shanny, which is like worse than any other kind of trauma.
And dark. Let's just say that my mind has been scattered. I'm medicated. I have some medicine in me. Tonight I have to talk to a head doctor about is that I've always had this in my life. I got to get a drink. I'm sorry.
This is tricky.
It hisses.
It hisses.
Rev, come rub this is stuff that I should already.
I like that she's
cognizant of.
T-Rex from Orgasmo.
Yeah.
That's true,
baby.
because I'm going on 38.
I'm going on 38.
So I should be able to deal with these things much better than I am now. I am the problem. I have no illusions at all. I have no illusions. I am aware.
All right, I'm skipping this. I thought this was a little less crazy.
Well, it was important we watched this so that I could hit Scott back with that fucking Shanny comment earlier. So thank you for that, Ben.
You know,
'Cause I had to fucking gut him.
Got his ass.
I had to get him.
You know, Baked Alaska's streaming buddy that has the long blonde hair?
Yeah.
He was walking down the road somewhere wearing a Confederate flag as a cape.
Oh,
and
no.
someone got mad.
Oh,
at
just
him.
mad?
Yeah. Oh,
Okay, I'm
well,
okay with
hold on.
mad. Nobody hurt him, right?
Turn the camera off. Turn the camera off. I'm about to knock him out.
I'm not saying it's right, but he deserves what Korea is coming.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's right. Maybe I'll just say it's alt-right.
Oh, y'all some hoes.
It's an alternative.
No. We got to call the police. Police. Call the police. I don't care. He racist. He bought.
Yeah, but it's not illegal to be racist.
that. He bought that at a store up the street.
Sometimes
here.
the law needs to be taken into your own hands.
I'll knock your ass out.
I like this guy's fight stance.
I love the stance. It's awesome.
Put them hands down.
Oh my God, the beak on this fellow.
Put him down.
He can't fill his cup up because when he goes to drink, his nose goes into half of the fucking cup.
It's amazing.
Oh, God. So there was the first blow.
Oh, that's fucked up. He waits to hit him till he takes the flag off. Can we get him a white flag to wear? Oh, damn.
He's dropped. He was dropped.
Oh, we're down.
My guy picked up the flag.
He's rattled too. And
course
I'm not
he
going to
is.
play the rest because as you can tell, someone's about to play the Michael Richards meltdown. Yeah.
All for some clout.
That's the thing. Like, these guys go out doing this kind of shit. They dog whistle racism.
It's just for attention, right?
Well, I mean, they dog whistle racism to provoke people, you know?
Yeah.
And so this happens sometimes.
I will say it's a little unfortunate they're bringing this Waffle House activity to an IHOP.
That's true. IHOP doesn't deserve this. IHOP is better than this.
Yep.
Let's see what I got. So there's Joe next to me.
Yes.
I'm wasted.
What's that, Ben? It was night and you were wasted? That's crazy.
You hear me? And then I think, like, you came up and we slapped hands, and I think I almost dropped my phone. Oh, okay, here's the rest of it.
That entire first round being commentary as Nick Radford was reading beautiful poetry as his partner destroyed the primates.
That's quite the tale.
Well, he's a snow leopard, and they do have notoriously thick and fluffy tails. Drew's a bit of a tail size queen.
No shit.
Yeah, why does your partner have such a better tail than you?
Wouldn't say better. He's just bigger.
Look, this has come up before. It's a sore spot. I would prefer not to get into it.
Bobcat Scott Henson.
Let's be real. Scott's tail works a lot better for spots in the ring. It's a more functional tail.
Oh yeah, like Drew said when he got it, I'm like, give me something that you would describe as cumbersome. He's like, I want it to get in the way. I want it to be a hassle. Also, this is Drew's first match in over 2 years.
Look at Scott's tail. Scott's got a great tail. There's nothing wrong with Scott's tail.
All right, be honest, Scott. You were staring at his feet
Steiner
the whole
Brothers
time.
here.
Yeah, the camera guy recording for the actual promotion was in my way a little bit.
Yeah.
Which is where people should go to find this footage.
I don't even know where it is.
It's on
it's on my YouTube actually.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Post a link in the chat.
SOS. SOS,
Yeah,
that
SOS
stands
Pro
for
Wrestling.
Sisters of Satan?
I believe so. It's we're a satanic wrestling federation.
Woo! I heard the Palladium's gone now.
Yeah, this was the last show there.
Yeah.
Wow. I
Fuckers.
never went there
They were
once.
moving to Tacoma.
Boo.
I know. Don't get me
That's
started.
far, y'all.
Should we start our own wrestling closer so I can actually show up to
We
it?
just have it in my backyard.
Yes.
We can get a venue.
Yeah.
After a Thanksgiving dinner.
There's my YouTube in the chat.
Scott, should we get a money mark so you can run your own events?
Billy, I have wanted a money mark since I could form memories. I want one so bad. I would do the dumbest shit if I had a money
As
mark.
far back as I can remember, I always wanted to have a money
Exactly.
mark.
Like what's
Michael Garek in the chat asks, "Why are they furries?" I ask you, Michael Garek, why aren't you?
Exactly. Scott, do you have any idea what it costs to run one of these?
Depends on how much the venue costs for one thing.
Well, that's why I'm wondering if Scott knows what it costs to run one of these.
And then how many matches do you want on the card? Because then that costs
Well,
something.
there's obviously variables. I was just wondering if Scott was ever privy to the numbers that they were paying.
Oh, okay.
It varies a lot, but like you'd need a few thousand.
Yeah, like that
startup.
Yeah, that's nothing.
I agree, it's nothing.
That's dog water. If I talk to 8 of my wrestling friends that have stupid money, I say, you guys want to start a wrestling promotion? It's done. Martin Shkreli would fund it 100% if he wasn't in fucking jail.
Free Shkreli.
For real, free Shkreli so he can start Scott's money mark.
I was just
That'd be sick.
I was just chanting at you to eat some fish.
I think you DM'd me like during the show, and it just said like eat fish or something.
Yeah. It is a cool venue. It was better than the 321 venue.
Tacoma's not that bad.
It's
of
a really
place.
good venue. Oh no, Tacoma isn't bad. It's just further away.
Yeah. I go to Tacoma every once in a while. There's a great bar in Tacoma that's
I hope the Tacoma venue is good. That's all I hope.
Are they about to set up the
I don't know
hot
what it
tag
is.
spot?
So you can skip to the hot tags. It's just them getting feet on Drew.
hot tag spot. They call him Hot Tag Scott.
Wow.
Heat.
Now, the SOS is actually not the name of the federation. Scott brings these in on his own, and it stands for Suck on Scott. Because Scott...
That's true.
He spent $500 to make those to get one BJ, and it was worth it.
You know what? Worth it. I'd do it again.
Worth it.
Oh, and by the way, I should tell you, Scott, the other night we had Vito on here, and he agrees that the "he's got a weapon" thing is actually the only funny joke that guy ever came up with.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
It's the funniest thing that happened in 2021. I'll fight anyone who disagrees. Here we go. Hot tag's coming. This is.
Does pretty much every
for the
tag team
tag.
match feature a hot tag?
That's dirty.
Often. Yeah, it doesn't have to if you want to mix up the structure a bit, but typically there's going to be a hot tag.
It works.
Pop that shirt off. Here we go.
Here, the limiter's off.
Is it always like the baby faces that do the hot tag? It's not
That's the
normally.
point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tiger Driver. I think it's a pretty good one.
The psychology is that
Boom.
you keep the one guy out of the ring the entire time.
Oh, he broke up the pin.
And it makes the audience mad because these one guy's getting beat up by the two bad guys.
Yeah.
And
you also
then,
like the one guy.
and then the audience is so pissed that this one guy's getting beat up. When they finally tag in that guy on the ring that just wants to be in there more than anything, it pops the crowd.
Yeah, because they want to see, because the one babyface is getting beat up, and you want to see.
Oh shit!
You want to see the fresh guy come in.
And I will say this, yes, if that sounds strikingly similar to the manipulation the man on the beach was doing to that woman in her feet, it's because pro wrestling is
Very much.
100% manipulation, like all entertainment.
Right, not all manipulation is bad.
Yeah, a lot of people hate manipulators until they realize they love manipulators. You don't realize
Well,
you're
just
being
like you
manipulated
said-
until it's by a bad one.
Well, sometimes, like with entertainment, you're voluntarily manipulated. You want to be taken on that ride.
But consent is only consent when you understand you can give it, right? A lot of times you've been duped into giving consent you never would have give had you not been manipulated.
You know, I saw a picture on Twitter today. The one girl, like, her gimmick is like, she's like a sailor or something.
Yeah, really good. I love her ring name. Her ring name is very clever.
What is it?
Vicky Dreamboat.
I saw a picture of her
Very good
today,
name.
and she's got like one eye
Yeah.
swollen shut.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she must have taken a
Damn.
hard bump.
Vicky Dreamboat.
Yeah, Joe took his
Good
picture with her, and then I think the girl who's like the women's champion of this promotion, and
Rebel
Aubrey.
Kell.
Yes, and Aubrey too.
And Aubrey, who was there, yeah.
Yep.
Kill him! Get him!
I can hear Joe talking, and I don't want you to clear out what he was saying, because he was actually saying, he says, when Mr. Girl comes on the show, I'm going to call him out so fucking hard.
I'm going to say so much.
It's going to cause ripples across the internet, and anybody who's ever watched CP is going to be on edge.
Not talk about it anymore, though. Like
No, we have to talk about it a little bit. It got us monetized last time.
I don't know. What is going on,
Scott?
now?
Your outfit needs more. They hit Drew with their book because they're scholars, and Drew is currently passing out in a modified camel clutch.
They do look like scholarly gentlemen.
That's it. They got him. They cheated.
Why do we watch Scott lose?
I don't know. Very sad. Very sad.
Yeah.
But I think it's setting up a rematch that may go
Did
better.
she have to drive to Tacoma for?
What I think that I have to drive to Tacoma for.
Boo.
Scott, your outfit needs more fake fur. I've had outfits with more fake fur, and it gets very hot. I I like what I have.
Yeah,
now.
Scott's fake fur
My
outfit made him
entrance
look
gear
way
is
more
bigger.
like Rev.
This might be the first loss I've seen you take, honestly.
This might be the first time I've ever lost. And also, let's be
To
very
be
clear.
Yeah.
Drew lost.
Exactly.
I was also
Oh
there.
my God. You're going to
Drew
do
lost.
that? You
Yeah.
lose as a team.
Sarian Soft Paws took the loss. No,
Yeah.
You
no,
lost as a team.
No pins taken.
I never
by
If you
saw
Scott
guys,
Scott
if you guys would have came to the ring with
Magic
belts
Man.
on, you would have both lost
Magic
them.
Man, you can drink and punch yourself in the dick now, Magicus.
Yeah, no, we're not doing
Magic
that.
Man, punch
You would have
your
lost
dick.
your title also if titles were involved.
Magic Man.
No, I think only the part of the tag team that gets pinned loses his title. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
And if titles were on the line, Scott never would have let Drew get in that situation. He had to let Drew
If
walk.
titles were on the line, I would have intentionally gotten DQ'd.
Yeah,
I hated when that happened.
Scott
Back in
would have
the
had
day-
a dusty
It's a shit
finish.
rule.
Yeah.
They have a whole group of furries in the back that run in if they're going to lose the title.
I understand why it was
We got him
created
on.
and utilized the way it is, but you know.
For cheap booking.
Yeah.
Literally for cheap booking.
Yeah.
Yeah, they closed the Palladium
Way to
because
go,
Scott
Magicus.
lost. 100% true. They're like,
I
oh,
think so.
They're like, oh, you're gonna pin a guy in
You know what?
Scott's match. We're not gonna do wrestling here anymore.
Shut it down. Dump
Yeah.
it. That's it.
They actually said they were gonna blow the fucker up with everybody in it if Scott took the pin.
Holy shit.
They were gonna do terrorism.
Yep. They said we'll do one terrorism if Scott eats this pin.
As far as I
Look
understand,
at those cute boots. Look at the soles of those boots. Those are cute as fuck. I don't care where you're from.
Okay, feet man, you want to sit down and tell me about mental illness?
I'm showing feet. Y'all are welcome, by the
No,
way.
tell me talk to you about
That's for
mental
free.
health and feet, Scott.
Man, those toe beans are just that's just
right.
I met
Begging
the
to
guy
be
that makes Scott's ring gear.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did a little fashion show for you while you sat there and yelled, "Take it off!"
Yeah. Yeah. I was throwing
Why are
dollars
there
at him.
like vines and shit on the corner of the ring?
It is an island-themed wrestling promotion.
Yeah.
The refs wear like Hawaiian shirts, and there's much foliage on the show. It's fun.
The one show was Message in a Bottle.
Yeah, and this one was it 3-hour tour? Maybe I think it was a Gilligan's Island reference.
And then there was one where the match was refereed by a dodgeball or a volleyball. With
Yep.
a red handprint
Yep. We got
on
Wilson
it.
in for one.
Yeah, Wilson was the referee. Oh, Scott.
Yo.
Does it hurt your feelings when people say wrestling's fake?
No, because they're saying the wrong thing.
Oh.
Fake's a weird thing. Fake's a weird thing to say about it. That's like saying wrestling is a horse. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Like it's wrestling is predetermined, but you still
Scripted
have
isn't
to
fake.
do all the stuff.
You can't fake
So-
gravity.
It's like when people say tits are fake. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, it's like
shut the fuck up.
Doth
there's
they
like
not
real
bounce?
blood and injuries. And
Sometimes
shit
they
that happen,
don't.
so-
Sometimes the fake ones don't
That's
bounce.
the best when they don't bounce.
No, I
Very
mean, like
solid.
Scott broke his arm doing a move. That was real. He couldn't fake that.
I did.
Put him out of commission for a little while.
No, that's not fake. That's where
broke it?
Scott
No,
made a
that-
terrible
that
mistake.
Scott did fake. He faked the arm the whole time.
I did fake it. I was faking for attention with the arm, but everything else is real.
I love the shoot match that you had with that guy. That's hilarious.
That's opponent. I remember that fondly.
Were you advocating for striking in that match?
Yes.
One time,
and they would not let us.
Yeah.
one time back when
Although I did kick him at the end.
Back when Scott and me would hang out and wrestle, and we had all of our friends, and we were at a big event where it was just our friends wrestling, having to wrestle as friends way back.
Why do you do that?
We were in Ohio.
Why are you talking
We were
like
in
this?
Ohio, and we were having to wrestle as friends, and
were in Ohio.
Scott and our friend Matt played up to everybody that they were really angry at each other.
Yeah.
And they worked us, making them think they were really mad. And then all of a sudden, we realized it was a work, which we all should have thought that from the beginning. But we're fucking wrestling fans, so we're dumb as shit. It was great.
But then we went back the other way, and we finished the match by me knocking him out for real.
Yeah.
Shit.
That was weird. I never wanted to do that. Like Matt Shock is a psychopath.
Matt
Can
is
I
great.
say people's full names and call them a psychopath
Probably.
on this? He knows he's fine.
Matt
but-
and I took a piss in a strip club because they were kicking us out.
Yes, you did. You both peed in the front row of a strip
Yeah.
club.
Really?
And
Yeah, because
like where the
Yes,
tables are
yes,
in front of
they
the
did.
stage and shit.
Remember that story about me at the fucking Olive Garden?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had an Olive Garden
this was
situation at the
the
strip
Olive
club.
Garden of strip clubs.
Yeah, they get us all in there. They give us all our coverage charge, and they close it down 10 minutes in.
Now, at an Olive Garden, there's not like large bouncers that will punch you in the head, though. But at a strip club, there are.
And that's why we did a quiet piss.
Oh yeah.
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 A quiet protest.
Made it rain golden time.
But that's like not the first time that Matt had pissed in a strip club.
No.
Like Matt is a
Matt's
crazy,
great.
crazy person.
Matt's awesome.
And handsome.
Yeah.
He might be the craziest and handsomest person I know.
He's an awesome, handsome,
If you like add
crazy
those
man.
two stats
Yeah.
together, I don't know if anyone beats that.
Yeah, he's
I would
special.
I'd think that pissing in a strip club would be one of those moments where you reevaluate your life and not like lean into it.
That's when you're
No,
like,
Matt
man,
was
I
like,
want to do this again.
I'm doing the right thing. This is the rest of my life now.
It was like a freedom piss. Like you took our fucking money. You took our money. You don't realize you're not the carnies here, strip club. You're not the carnies. We're the fucking wrestlers. We're the fucking carnies. And we went full on carny justice.
Your piss
Yeah, we've been
smells like
carnying
cabbage.
way before y'all.
Hell yeah.
Small hands smell like cabbage.
You break kayfabe, we'll be breaking your face.
Ms. Ark, here's we should play action news. Here we go.
He called me sir, and got me so human.
Dumbass.
Wow.
They're laughing at us.
Wow.
At our stupidity.
You okay, Magicus?
Yeah, I'm fine. Look how fine I am.
Whoa.
This is the most fine I've ever been.
Are you imitating Billy now?
No one has ever been more fine than me.
So there's this guy, Senator Mike Braun, and he's trying to say, I can't believe this is happening in 2022. I'm not sure which state he's a senator for. He's saying interracial marriage should be left up to the states. Kind of like how we make weed legal by state. He wants, states to be able to say interracial marriage illegal.
See, I like that idea. I like that idea.
He's a dyed-in-the-wool Republican. He's an old-school Republican. He advocates for states' rights, small government. I'm with him all the way.
All right.
Yeah, I'm all for this idea. Let the states decide which states can have same race marriages. Was that it?
Damn it.
Interracial.
We Trumpster Bob's dream alive.
Yeah, let one of these fucking states try and pull that shit. Let's just give them the opportunity. Let them. Let's see what the fuck happens. Open that motherfucker
It'll
up.
be very
I
funny.
dare you,
It'll be
motherfuckers.
very funny.
Yeah.
I dare you. Let's go. You want to make interracial illegal? Test me. Test me.
Stirring up controversy with comments he made today about
Hand me
interracial
the
marriage
fucking
and
gun.
abortion.
It
Listen,
happened as he
this
discussed what he looks for when evaluating Supreme Court nominees. Senator Braun was on a conference call with media talking about what he's looking for when it comes to the nomination process of Supreme Court nominee Ketanji Brown Jackson. That is because the Senate Judiciary
She's married to a white guy. Maybe that's why he's bringing this
Uh-oh.
up. Yeah.
Hearing Committee is holding confirmation
stealing
hearings
our
for
men.
Jackson.
Yeah, you don't normally hear it that way around.
You don't,
You
but it's
do a
very
lot.
funny.
You do.
No. You hear it a lot more. They're coming to steal our womans. That's what you hear.
Braun says what he wants
You
out
do,
of a
it is woman's when they say it.
Supreme Court justice is someone who interprets the law, not someone who acts as an activist.
Michael Garrick says Billy will marry the first black men she finds. You fucking cunt. It's the she. It's the she.
Yeah.
Billy will marry the first black man she finds.
It is a she.
You
That
fuck.
is
You
the
fuck.
most hurtful.
You fuck.
Braun told reporters that
Scott, did you know that when Billy was on Tinder, most of the women that swiped right on him look like him?
Handsome.
Exactly. Ben did a horrible job of explaining that.
It's women with blue hair that look like Billy.
It's where Ben's like remembering something that was a slight against me and saying it in a way that's terribly unfunny. The joke, Scott, is that I fucking hate Tinder. I suck at Tinder. When I log into Tinder, all my matches are me looking bitches with blue hair that say they're poly and non-binary. And that's a joke. That's a joke. Not that I wrote.
Is it true though?
That's a joke that Life wrote.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
One of Life's many jokes.
I wasn't trying to be funny.
Well, that's exactly. You were trying to be mean, and that's why I had to come in and be funny.
I wasn't trying to be funny.
Exactly, you were trying to be mean.
Decision to legalize
That's why I had to make it funny.
as a case of judicial.
I say something
I can't
funny.
believe Ben actually saved it by saying I wasn't trying to be funny twice.
Ben is just mean.
That's like an Ouroboros.
Ben is just a mean motherfucker, and he has no ability to take it. Earlier, he told everybody to shut up during the fucking funny
Shut
Massa
up.
Ben thing. You can't take it.
Got a little
That's
mad
the
about the
problem.
saber. Got a little
That's
mad
the
about the saber.
problem.
That's why
You
everybody
want to
here is funnier than
poke. You want
Billy.
to
It's
poke
just
the
a
bear.
natural
You want to. Ben wants to poke the lion through the cage. He's like, oh, little lion got a stick. I'm gonna poke that lion. If that cage door opened, Ben would be out.
I'm gonna
fucking
call
door.
that lion a bobcat. I'm gonna make fun of that
Exactly.
lion.
I
for
guarantee
not eating
you that
fish.
lion would
I got
eat
my
fish.
list of 10 mean things I say about everyone. But one day, Ben, someone's gonna fucking kill you.
Yeah.
So
lion,
shut
the lion
You're
gonna
ugly.
get you, Ben. The lion gonna get you.
You're ugly.
Activism. He says it's an issue
it's a
that
good thing I'm cute.
should have been left up to each individual state. And when asked by a reporter, he said the 1967 Supreme Court decision to legalize interracial marriage should have been left up to the states,
gay.
not the federal government. This is the entirety of what he said.
When it comes to issues, you can't have it both ways. When you want that diversity to shine within our federal system, there are going to be rules and proceedings. They're going to be out of sync with maybe what other states would do. It's the beauty of the system, and that's where the difference
What
is.
is me having it both ways? What is that? Well, like how are we having it both ways? By having interracial marriage be legal and a black person on the Supreme Court? That the having it both ways? I honestly don't get his point.
Yeah,
we shouldn't make slavery federally illegal. You shouldn't have it both ways. You know?
Leave it
We
up
want
to
that
the
diversity
states.
of the system here.
If we have any right-leaning people that are still watching this left fest, could you explain this one to us?
I think he said he was from Indiana too.
Could you please?
Why does he have a fucking treasure chest on the shelf behind him?
If any of you
do
lefties,
not want to know what's
yeah,
in there, friend.
Exactly.
It's probably like the heart of fucking J.V. Jones in that thing.
If any of you lefties watching can speak racist, will you tell us what the fuck this guy's saying?
Why doesn't he touch up his dye job?
Yeah, I'm normally pretty good with my racist to English dictionary, but
Yeah.
even this one is throwing me for a loop.
I would say I speak racism with a near native tongue, and I don't get this.
Yeah.
Among points of view in our 50 states ought to express themselves. And I'm not saying that rule would apply in general, depending on the topic, but it should mostly be in general, because it's hard to have it on issues that you just are interested in when you deny it for others with a different point of view.
So you would be okay with the Supreme Court leaving the question of interracial marriage to the states?
Yes, I think that's something that...
right here, Saban97
Okay.
said, but he later claimed he didn't understand the question, and he claimed he didn't realize it was about interracial marriage. That line right there,
it was a pretty
he
clear
said
question.
yes to.
Just asked him point blank
if you
about interracial marriage, and he confidently said yes.
Yeah,
You couldn't make it more clear if you tried.
Yeah, if you don't understand that was about interracial marriage, you're dangerously close of being JF levels of not able to consent.
Well, to be fair, earlier he was listed as an R from Indiana, so you know.
Oh no!
Yeah, Indiana.
Yeah, Indiana was the key word there, Ben.
Well, there's a lot of inbreeding that goes on there.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true. Does Indiana border Ohio?
It does.
Ohio.
It's Michigan.
I thought it might.
It's Michigan, Indiana, Kentucky, West Virginia, and Pennsylvania.
Oh,
and Canada if you count maritime borders.
The only
And Canada.
The only thing keeping Ohio from being an inbred battleground is that everybody in Ohio lives so close together in their cities that it's hard to bang your cousin there. You run into somebody else that wants to bang you before you can get to a cousin. In Indiana, it's too much farmland, too much room.
Too spread out.
Yeah,
Too spread out.
it's way easier to run into a cousin before another consenting person.
I agree.
If you're
I've
not
fucked more relatives in Indiana than almost any other state.
What is
relatives in Indiana?
Supreme Court to weigh in on issues like that, you're not going to be able to have your cake and eat it too. I think
This is also the state where Mike Pence was the governor.
You're not going to be able to have your cake and eat it too. Or I didn't know it was about interracial marriages, which, by the way, wedding cake and interracial marriage, you can't eat that. If you can't get married, you can't have your cake.
Explained what that means. Like, what is the cake that you're eating and having too?
It's saying
I think the best I can figure is the cake is interracial marriage being legal, and the eating it too is having national laws. I think that's
yeah, that's mind blowing. That doesn't even. That's the most plausible explanation, and it still doesn't fully make sense.
Yeah, because we can, in that case, have national laws and leave other things up to the state, right? Like you can.
Yeah.
You can. We've been doing that for ever.
A while, yeah.
Since before Canada was a country, I'll tell you that much.
It's hypocritical.
And by the way, Senator Braun said that Supreme Court nominee Ketanji Brown Jackson seems well qualified, but says he will wait for the process to play out before he makes his decision on whether or not to approve her nomination. A statement tonight from the Indiana Democratic Party.
Roger McElfresh in the chat says, with 3 big laughing, crying emojis, "That's my stepson's father, LOL."
Oh, fuck.
What?
Senator Braun is?
What?
I'm so sorry.
Oh, like actually?
Like
I mean, there's no way to verify that, but let's just take it at face value. That would be weird.
I hope it's true.
I
hope it's true.
I just want to focus. Can we do the next 30 minutes on this comment?
Maybe you don't send him a Christmas card this year.
Can we do it? Can we do a hard 30 on this comment, please? Holy shit! I gotta piss. If you guys are still talking about this when I come back, I'll add to it. But
so I was just looking at his Wikipedia, and it doesn't say he's divorced. It just says he's had one spouse with 4 children. So I mean, unless Wikipedia isn't reporting a past marriage, or maybe he knocked somebody up. Who knows? Anything's possible, I guess. This guy's pretty old,
I just hope
too.
that
He's
Roger
like
McElfresh is cucking Mike Braun.
This guy's almost 70 years old, too. He's 68.
You know what? He looks pretty good for 70. I'll give him that.
Okay. Well, he needs to touch up his dye job. You know what? I looked, even his photo on Wikipedia, like his official, like I'm a senator photo, his dye job still isn't touched up. He's got
inconsistent,
this like weird.
He's got the fucking Brett Keane hair going on.
Right. Yeah, he got some cheap Just for Men and put it all over his head and then let it grow like an inch and a half long out. And I guess he just
my favorite product. My favorite product in the world is that Just for Men Touch of Gray, which is like Just for Men that doesn't work as well. Yeah, we'll leave some gray in. This is not very good Just for Men. I love that. That's the best.
Yeah, there was like, because it became kind of trendy to have like very controlled salt and pepper.
Little streak of gray. Yeah. Well, it's just funny, like they made a product that just works worse than their regular product and then marketed that, and it worked. Good for them. Good for the Just for Men people.
I wonder if it almost works like highlighting hair, like you pull like a few things through.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Look, I approve of anything that's just for men. Yeah. Dudes rock.
I've got a few grays, but I'm lucky enough
Dudes
to
should
not
not be
have too
allowed on
many.
the internet.
See, Scott, if you start getting grays, they won't show as easily because your hair is lighter colored.
That is true, but 2, it's a moot point because it's never going to happen.
Yeah, well, you know what? I don't have to worry about gray because my hair will be all fucking gone by then.
There you go. Bright side. Silver lining. Silver fox
I
lining.
literally just said there won't be a silver lining because there won't be any hair.
Oh, sad.
Look,
Okay.
I gotta
Apparently she's
enjoy
not
this
quite-
while I have it.
Yeah. Yeah, mine's not sticking around forever.
You're doing good.
Quite ready yet. Let's keep it going
I'm
then.
ready. Can you hear me?
Oh, there you are.
We got her.
Oh, well, it's so great. We didn't see you pop up right away. Laura?
This is some interview on some America's Voice AM. They interview this woman, and some of the stuff she says is just mind-blowing.
Great to have you this morning. I wanted to start with this breaking news overnight that it appears, and there you are. You popped up for us. It's so great to see you.
I did not
the Daily
promise
Mail
to
has a
punch
very
my balls.
interesting story that's saying that Vladimir Putin essentially may be running out of bullets, that he might have a week and a half, 2 weeks max. He's losing warplanes, tanks, all the rest of it. He obviously went into this thinking he was going to bulldoze his way through Ukraine. He's obviously caused a lot of destruction. Don't want to minimize the fact there's over 2 million refugees. But this has not gone as well as Vladimir Putin expected.
I don't buy it for a second, Ed. I'll be honest with you. I really think that there's so much misinformation. We've never really seen anything like it. I mean, I've been covering wars now for 35 years, and I have never seen people with their nails done in the Ukrainian flag, right? I mean, we're being corralled into this box where we either have to hate Vladimir Putin and believe everything evil that's said about him and love Ukraine, and there's no in between. And that reminds me a lot of you're either, a white supremacist or you go with the Democrat narrative on
Well, I mean, in Russia, they're saying that there's a bunch of Nazis in Ukraine, and that's why they need to go in there.
But
So
refresh my memory. Isn't Vladimir Putin the one who declared war on a country completely unprovoked?
Yes.
So, isn't that a good reason to fucking hate him?
And saying, please don't do war. We don't want to do war.
Yeah.
everything under the sun. So Vladimir Putin knew exactly what he was doing when he went into Ukraine. The Russian military isn't perfect. They, for example, I've spoken to multiple defense specialists and intelligence specialists from a Defense Intelligence Agency who've studied the Russian military for years. They do have a difficulty mounting complex air operations because they do very little training hours in comparison to, for example, the United States air assets, right, our fighter jet pilots. But Russia is not struggling. What Russia has done from the very beginning has been very strategic. They didn't go straight to Kiev. They went to all those bioweapons laboratories that are scattered all over the country. Some of them they built, so they know where
They're
they
not
are.
bioweapon laboratories.
Right, that's another
Jeff
talking
Holiday did
point.
an entire fucking thing about this. They're totally fucking not that at all.
Right.
No, it's a complete lie.
They've known where they are since the Soviet Union, because under the Defense Threat Reduction Program, we went in after the fall of the Soviet Union and supposedly turned those facilities from bioweapons labs into public health labs. Although, these days it's hard to believe anything that our leaders tell us because they've lied about COVID, they lied about Russia collusion, they lied about the Ukraine impeachment trial, and there's so much more going on in Ukraine that nobody is talking about. You see such dishonesty when it comes to the history of Ukraine. You see dishonesty when it comes to the Azov Battalion, which is funded by the US and NATO. I mean, you can find pictures of them online holding up the NATO flag and the swastika at the same time. Their own emblem contains the black sun of the occult, which was a Nazi SS emblem. And it also contains the side.
What the fuck are you talking about?
She's taking every conspiracy theory talking point and just blending them into one paragraph.
Is she talking about Hydra? Is that a real thing?
Is Ukraine doing Hydra?
According to her.
Is Ukraine doing Hydra?
They have a tesseract that they're gonna fucking
sideways, lightning insignia of the SS. I mean, this is on throughout the Ukrainian military. You can see that black sun of the occult on their body armor, even on the female soldiers who are paraded in front of the world as being, such an example of Ukraine's independence and spirit and nobility. Even they are wearing the black sun of the occult. And,
It's funny how we get a little bit of attention in the last 2 episodes, and now there's just so many like weird spammers and weird trolls.
A lot of spammers.
Yeah, and a lot of weird trolls too.
That's
saying
what
some
happens.
Weird shit.
If I
probably
knew how
banned,
to
like,
block or
20
ban, I would
people
do
today.
it, but I don't.
It's-
It's just been
So
fun.
Magicus is on it.
That's
Yeah,
what
I got to-
happens.
So many bans. I'm going for the high score today.
You're doing very well.
Numbers.
The White House wants you to believe, well, this doesn't matter. It's just a small number of troops. It's not true. The Ihop battalion has been murdering its way through eastern Ukraine.
Yeah.
We don't want to admit this. This was why Crimea voted for independence. This is why Crimea
talking-
wanted to be with Russia. Because
Have you ever seen
we
the
have
Crimea River?
Oh, the Timberlake? Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's next to the Timberlake.
The Timberlake.
We did it.
We did a thing. We did it.
Yeah.
media, in the Western
The,
media, and in the
so let's give her the benefit of the doubt and say some of them are flying the black sign of the occult. So what does that mean? So Ukraine are warlocks? What's her issue? Let's say they're doing what she says they're doing, insignia wise.
It's satanic.
Okay. So is Satan going to be brought to Earth in Kiev? In Kiev, however we have to say it now.
Yeah, we changed
Is
this.
this what's happening?
Kiev.
Chicken Kiev.
Chicken Kiev.
Chicken Kiev.
Kiev.
Yeah.
West
Kiev sweat.
Won't acknowledge the reality of what's gone on. Western Ukraine backed
I like the
Nazis.
ticker with all the nods to conspiracies scrolling by the bottom. Like,
Yeah,
what
it's very
channel
cool.
is this? Real
I'm a
America's
fan.
Voice?
Yeah, let me look it up.
It's Real America's Voice.
Normally,
Don't watch.
normally news panelists also are not showing some massive cleavage like that too. Like normally that's covered up on the news. I'm just saying.
Well, yeah, she's
That's
calling
why
in.
this is my news.
America, this is boobs.
It was a headquarters for the Nazi SS. The CIA under Alan Dulles actually gave
I like
immunity
how
from prosecution
they're just like, yeah,
to
check it
the
out.
Nazis of Ukraine from the Nuremberg
True.
trials. So there's a long history of the United States and our intelligence agencies funding and arming Nazis in Ukraine. These are not like new neo-Nazi groups that sprung up. These are the actual Nazis.
Okay, so again, what are you saying? America are Nazis?
No, she's saying
what's the thread?
There are old school World War II era Nazis hiding out in Ukraine, is what she's saying.
But that are being funded by the United States.
Yeah, it's so fucking weird. It's
So like
batshit
what side are you on? Are you just like pro Russia, anti Ukraine and US? Because that's honestly kind of a cool take, and I like it.
From the Second
it's
World
really not the
War,
worst
who,
thing
if you
we're
go
funding.
back to the Nuremberg trials, said that they were planning for a 1,000-year Reich. And so you have to really wonder as you look at this, when you know that the CIA sponsored the color revolution in Ukraine in 2013 and 14, that they selected Ukraine's leaders, go to Victoria Nuland's leaked phone conversation where she and the U.S. ambassador are deciding who can lead Ukraine. I mean, there's as much interference here as you could possibly imagine before you
And Laura,
even get to Hunter Biden, Nancy Pelosi, John Kerry, and Mitt Romney, and all of their children who are employed, who earn millions from Ukrainian
you are
gas
pointing.
companies.
Yeah.
Wow, man. I looked up Real America's Voice. It says they're the country's first audience-driven news platform. Yeah.
Is it,
cool.
Why does this sound like it was made by my billionaire I used to work for?
Our creative services, video production, content delivery, media buying, and broadcast studio teams have been delivering impactful messaging to multi-screen, multicultural, multi-platform audiences for over 15 years.
15
How
years.
multicultural is it, do you think?
I don't see any
Isn't
other
that multicultural?
multicultures here.
Well, there's a Russian culture and a
it's weird how it's
and a
being,
conspiracy America culture.
It's weird how it's being translated into
Okay.
Russian in
Those
this
are multi.
video.
I do like the subtitles. That's a very nice touch.
Dolly Parton
anyone
declines
else notice-
nomination to be first.
Yeah.
What's the deal with this fucking weird Frylock painting on her wall in the background?
What's the deal with Frylock? He's not a fry. He doesn't lock.
You're reporting, pardon me, to a real
Did they serve him as airplane food?
credibility crisis for our leaders. I want to let Karen
Stop
Turk jump
laughing.
in.
It's
Yeah.
not funny.
I wanted to bring up the fact that President Zelensky is Jewish, and I don't know exactly how this factors in, but there's some very interesting points in what you're saying. And looking at this, you could think it's political theatrics. You made a very good point at the beginning that you think that Putin is in control. And I actually want to play something that Jen Psaki said, because it seems that the White House is actually echoing that sentiment. Watch this.
Well, the end game is really a question for President Putin. We have completely crushed his economy. We have provided military assistance, humanitarian assistance to the Ukrainians, enabling them to fight back for far longer than the Russian leadership anticipated. And again, he has to determine what the path forward looks like for him. Thanks, everyone.
Gotta go. Bye.
He's determining what this looks like, and I think that's a lot of what you said, Laura. I'd love to get your thoughts on that, what you just watched.
What troubles me about the moment that we're in is that we have such a selective and a narrow reading of history. President Zelensky may be Jewish.
Oh God! Listen, yeah, she's going there.
But he's not the only one in this who suffered during the Second World War, whose ancestors suffered, right? I mean, look at Putin. How many relatives did he lose in the siege of St. Petersburg?
Whoa. Okay. She's comparing the Holocaust to the Bolshevik Revolution.
They basically holocausted Putin, so he should get to kill all of Ukraine if he wants to. It's only fair.
All we're saying is that the Jews are running the Nazi conspiracy in Ukraine, okay?
Exactly, and they always have been.
People don't know their history. They don't know what made Vladimir Putin. And I'm not I'm not defending him. I don't need to defend
Kinda
Vladimir
sounds like you
Putin.
are.
My job.
Sounds like you are, though. All right. This video is a little too long, so I'll play the next one. And I think normally we do a post show, but we'll just run a little long here. Here's this is crazy. I saw this and I'm like, why? This doesn't make any sense. But there's this area where there's a couple gas stations that are all really close to each other. And one gas station found a way to make their prices significantly lower. And the other gas station sued the gas station with the low prices for having low prices for gas.
Hell yeah.
That sounds like
For
the
not
hallmark
being
of free
part of
market
the monopoly.
That's bullshit.
No.
Free market capitalism is you should be able to price your product however you want.
Not if it fucks with my product.
No, that's not how this works, okay?
But
The
real free market it
means
is.
They're free to sue this guy for fucking up the good thing they got going.
Yeah, we got to find a
Line
good thing, Papa.
Of cars pull in to fuel up. How come you pump your gas here at Woodman?
Woodman's has the best prices. I just realized a while ago that this was cheaper prices, and I just don't really look at other places. I just come here.
I saw that it was significantly cheaper.
I think this is in like Minnesota or something.
Of course, across the street, it's about 20 cents almost more expensive.
Those gas stations nearby now suing Woodman's because of their cheap gas. According to over 200 pages in court documents 12 News obtained Friday, the companies operating the Shell on Main Street and the BP on Lincoln Avenue argue Woodman's violated the state's Unfair Sales Act, which prohibits selling goods below cost.
I don't understand
Fuck off.
why can you not sell things low, like below cost?
Also,
I
that's
don't get
not below cost. It's not even close to below. If it was below cost, they wouldn't do it. First of all,
well, they
It's
might.
not
do it.
necessarily true, because there are certain strategies where sometimes like businesses will take a loss on say a gaming console. Like if Sony wanted to sell the PlayStation cheaper so that people will buy the games for it more, like that's a thing that can happen.
I love how
sure, yeah, but that's as a loss leader. This is only gas, and also there's no way they're paying $3.85 a gallon.
No, they're
for it. Like,
probably
that's not below
selling
cost.
it below cost, but in theory, maybe if they figured like, oh, well, if people come here, they'll buy more like drinks or whatever inside the gas station. Maybe it makes sense in the end if you run the numbers.
So as a Canadian, Scott, you probably laugh at what Americans think is expensive gas.
Yeah, you can all go fuck yourselves about your expensive gas. Our gas, and this is with all the conversions, okay? We are paying $6.22 American per gallon. That's what we're paying. So you can all absolutely fuck all the way off.
$1.25 more than I paid.
That's a lot,
Fuck you,
though.
Billy.
$1.25. I mean, 25 more is a big.
I remember going to Canada back in 2005.
Fuck everyone in
and
the chat. Fuck the other chat. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you.
I was paying
Fuck
like
all of you.
more than that a gallon when I went to
That's
Canada
not
in
true.
2005.
Never.
Not more than
You were not.
$6.25, but I was paying more than $1.25 above American prices.
Okay.
You guys have always been higher.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know
Not this
why?
much.
You know why?
Because they
Why?
don't broker the
Slavery?
deals with the Saudis
Is it-
like we do.
Is it because we don't have slaves?
Because you guys never had slavery, dumbass.
I knew
No,
it.
I'm kidding.
I fucking knew it. God damn it.
Kidding, guys. I'm
Took
kidding.
all our
I think in the
slaves and we
UK
turned
it's
them
even
into
higher.
Gasoline. That's why we have so much.
It probably is.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. And continental Europe. But public transit in continental Europe in most of the Western European countries is flawless.
Yeah.
So you don't really need to drive a lot around there.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably even cheaper to catch a short flight in Western Europe than it is to gas up a car and drive it across the continent. They have really crazy cheap short distance flights.
Yeah, they got a lot of
It's cheaper to
lot of
fly
cheap
across America than
intercontinental
drive
flights.
across it as well, right?
It's even cheaper. Like the cost of flights in Europe, like within the continent, are insanely cheap, even compared to what you would travel the same distance here.
Yeah,
I think it's regulations. They're as far as I know, but who knows? I'm not an expert.
I flew from Los Angeles to Atlanta for under $200 for the ticket.
There it's
that would have been way more than $200 worth of gas.
There it's
even in my hybrid.
€70 for
way more.
something like
Yeah.
that. It's
And they're
ridiculous.
demanding about $80,000 each based on the number of days they say Woodman's illegally out.
But if you got a carload of people and you're smuggling some cocaine in the trunk and you're going to bring back some illegals, it's going to be cheaper than flying.
I flew from
make it
France
work.
to Rome, and it was €80 to do it. It was crazy cheap.
Pretty good.
Price them.
But not only that, but the flights in Europe, you have a lot more rights as a passenger too, where the American flights treat you like shit.
In Europe,
yeah,
it was the first flight where I had ever had to walk out onto the runway and walked up those stairs onto the plane.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of the little
It is
tunnel.
cool.
Yeah. It was a Spanish airline that I took them from France to Italy.
Newly filed court documents show Woodman's argues they can sell below cost in order to keep up with Costco, which they say is their main competitor.
That's a good argument, too, because Costco gets lower prices by virtue of it being a club that you buy a membership for.
Find me at the club.
6.5 miles away in P1.
I hate it. Here's the thing for me personally. I hate waiting in line, and it's not worth saving the 20 cents a gallon Costco can provide by waiting in line and dealing with the people in the line.
At Costco?
Yeah, because first of all, you have to make the choice. There's a choice you make. You either get in the shortest line regardless of which side of your car your gas tank is on, and then if it's on the wrong side, you pull the fucking pump over the top of your car and stick it in on the other side.
Yeah.
I see people do that all the time.
Yeah.
I'm weird about doing that, so then I always, because my gas tank is on the left side of my car, the driver's side, which is the majority of most cars. And those always end up being the longest fucking line, so I get stuck in the longest line. And people will randomly switch lines, and it holds everyone else up. And then you get the person who doesn't know how to do the fucking pump, because you got to. There's extra steps because it's a club. You got to scan your card first and then put in your payment, and then pump it, it's just too much.
It's all worth
to save
it.
20 cents.
It's all worth
You think
it.
so?
Yeah. Costco it's part of. Plus, if you have the card that gives you cash back
I have
on
that.
your purchases,
I have that.
It's double worth it because you get a big check at the end of the month.
Yeah.
If you're gonna go to Costco
big
anyways,
check.
And buy the
big old
pizza.
check. Yeah, if you're gonna go to Costco anyways, just go and get gas. It's way out the line because what you won't get at Costco is weirdos begging you for cash, like at some of these gas stations.
Well, especially out here, not in Issaquah,
Yeah.
that's not going to happen there.
I like Costco. I'll wait in line. All those things do suck, but I will say this: when I get to the line, because I've been waiting for so long, I take my fucking time.
Do you do the pull the gas?
I
pump
never,
over
because
the-
I just get in the line that will
I
not
see
make me
people
pull
doing it
over.
all the time, and it's weird because you're dealing with a highly volatile liquid.
Yeah, but they do that because they don't want to wait in line.
They're
So
lazy.
so they get in the fast line and they have to go that far. I just wait in the right line.
I do that too.
And then when I get there, I get out and I kind of strut while I pump. I get my garbage out of my car. I throw it away before I start to pump.
Here's a question.
I'm taking my time. I'm like, I made it, motherfuckers. You got to wait for me now.
Here's a question.
Yeah.
Pizza before or after you're done shopping?
Okay, it's after, but I don't eat it anymore. But yeah,
Well, right,
it's
I'm
after.
just
It's
your
after.
preference, your
Yeah, it's
hypothetical.
after.
Because I do see the utility in not grocery shopping hungry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I have done the pizza when I got there before.
It should be the treat at the end.
But
though.
also, Costco has samples.
That's
so
true.
on a good sample day,
I'm grossed out by other people.
This
those are
one's for
appetizers.
Scott. Sorry you frostbacks have to pay such high prices. Great show, sweet
Frostbacks.
boys.
why would you call him
If
that?
it's for Scott, send me money.
Yeah, Scott will never see this money, guys.
Yeah. Scott, you can put your PayPal in the chat.
I'll put my PayPal in the chat.
Yeah.
That's my YouTube. Let me put my PayPal.
Actually, Honest Red, who's my buddy, but he's always bitching all the time, which is kind of annoying. But I did you a solid the other day because he wanted a big cat shirt to wear when AEW comes to Detroit. So I linked your
that
pro
can be
wrestling
arranged.
tees.
You did Scott a solid by giving a link to somebody that
So
asked
they-
for it.
Well, no, they didn't ask me directly. They didn't
he could
ask.
have said no free rides and told him to fuck
No,
off.
no. It was in. It was in a general chat, and I just happened to see
I
it.
thought you were gonna say you bought Honest Red a
There's-
shirt to give to him or something at the event. Like Honest Red wanted a
No,
shirt,
that
so I
sounds
picked
crazy.
one up. I bought one just for him.
I would not buy Honest Red anything.
The way you said I did you a solid though, I thought it was gonna be more than I just linked somebody who asked for
I was
it.
like, I just happened to look in
better
the
than
chat, and it's like I could ignore this or I could link somebody.
Yeah,
and I was
yeah.
like, oh shit, I'll.
He went. He
I
went
would.
above
I would
and
say that
beyond by not
qualifies as doing a
ignoring,
solid.
and
I would say
appreciate.
I would
it.
say
Yeah.
I would say you did a solid for Honest Red. Because he asked
Scott
for
got
it.
paid for it.
Yeah, but Scott was just the
He didn't.
provider.
He wasn't
I'll
like,
get
"Hey
paid
Ben,
when-
how do
when
you
he
have it?"
buys it. He
He
hasn't
was
bought
like,
it.
"Does anyone know if Scott sells T-shirts?" So he wasn't aware.
For everybody who liked this stream, could you let Ben know you did him a solid? And also like the stream.
And also like Drake.
That is doing me a
PayPal's
solid.
In the chat. It's PayPal.me /not Scott Henson. NOTSCOTTHENSON.
I think my idea
There
of
you
doing a solid is just more than that. That's why, because when you said I did you a solid, I was waiting for something
It's
bigger.
because it's because you're so giving, Billy.
That's probably why,
you're in
yeah.
the top 0.1 percentile of givingness,
Yes.
and to expect everyone to be up to those standards for it to even be called a solid
I
is
agree.
unreasonable
Share with
on your
me
part.
some of the stuff Billy's giving
This
you.
is my give-tism coming out. I can see that.
Hepatitis A.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Hepatitis
That's what I
B.
thought.
Hepatitis.
That's
C.
what I thought. That's what I thought.
I'm very giving.
Most of the worst Billy sentences start out with I'm
very giving.
All right.
I give
I is
my
probably the
time.
word he
I
uses
give
the
my
most.
time to this show. Every Saturday, I stay here 5 or 6 fucking hours. That's
that
very
is good.
giving.
That is giving.
Because I don't get paid extra for being here for 6 fucking hours.
Neither
I'm
do I.
giving. Well, you get paid. You get paid extra all the time. Like anytime there's extra, it goes to you. Like I'm very giving. I give my time. I give my time. I'm a sweet boy. I'm a
You're
sweet
very
boy.
giving. I give my health. That's I drink
Yes,
myself
Magicus
to
gives his
oblivion.
health. He's very giving. I'm very giving.
Okay.
$38, and I'll give you a little bit more.
Yeah,
Or
give
28. I
It's
can do
28,
math,
Magicus.
right?
You're drunk.
Yeah.
Quit trying to scam our audience out of $10. You know, audience, I did you a
Scammer.
solid. I did you a solid,
Scammer.
audience. I got Magicus. I caught him red-handed. $28 is all you have to give us after I gave you a solid.
$450. I'll double it. All right, just this once.
You'll do what?
'Cause I'm sorry. I'll make it a double for $450.
Oh, okay. $28 for Magicus to get fuck off drunk.
I like that you're just low-key using this as a guise to kill yourself.
Magicus is
respect
very
You've
depressed.
seen the world we live in. Come on, this is the easiest way.
That's true. No, you're doing it right. You're doing it right.
Waiting for people to donate so Magicus can drink. Just waiting.
Yeah.
Sit here. I'm at the computer like this. Motherfuckers.
Or
Magicus
another like
drink.
spam bot to show up in chat. I'm on the. I think I'm.
That's
next
true.
one
Yeah,
is
I hope
Kilimanjaro.
I hope bestcams.fun shows up.
Yeah.
again.
I'm racking up like Halo kill streak medals.
Oh, Dion7 says, is he doing fire sales like Blade, Leg Hole Incorporated? If you start getting a leg hole, Magicus, you have to stop this. I will not allow this if you get leg holes. You better take good care of your legs.
Hole.
I want to see no leg holes.
No,
You better
I
take
don't want to
good
see
care.
any leg holes either. That sounds terrible.
You better take good care of your legs, Magicus.
And those feet.
Yes, Magicus. You
At
take
least
good care.
until I can get a cybernetic replacement for
You
them.
take good care of those
Then
feet
I'll
so
benefit
I can
off.
talk to you about mental health. Let me talk to you about mental health.
What a fucking creep. God damn it.
Hey,
I hope that guy's in jail forever.
hey, Magicus. Can't look at them feet. Can't suck them
Let me-
feet
let
on
me
the
see those
first date.
feet, baby.
Can't suck
Only
them
if-
feet.
I said only if we get to the goal, then you can see the feet.
Oh God, you're such a prude. We got 52%
I'll
of the
make good on
way
it if
through
it
today. That's
happens
pretty
somehow.
sweet. That's a good time. We did have a second or a third. We had a bonus show randomly this week.
Damn.
That was random.
11,
Not
10,
planned.
10:11.5
Double bonus
was a random bonus episode. So like, I would say this: if you guys aren't happy, why? Ben's literally going to be working. Like you get Sunday off, and then you got to come back Monday, right?
Yeah.
Jesus.
I think what a lot of people don't see is the work I do when we're not live, too. Like, and it's not like Billy will get paid the same whether we make $2 or $1,000. So yeah, it kind of goes both ways. Yeah, if there is extra, sometimes there's not extra.
Yeah.
Like it's not free to keep the lights on,
And I
keep
also
things
do
going.
work behind the scenes too for the show too.
Except for this last time with the shirt.
Well, yeah, this was different. This last time was different.
Yeah.
But that being said, this is like a crazy run. You're gonna get Sunday off. You got Monday off, right? You had last Monday off. But you got to work this Monday.
Yeah, I know.
Ben's going hard. Going hard. Magicus.
Yeah.
How'd you like that trailer for Actual Mania?
A really good trailer.
How'd you like that?
Egghead's going down.
Did you
I
see?
enjoyed it a lot.
Did you see the main event? It's Hannibal and Monty versus Rev and Shani, and
that's
it's
gonna be
Hannibal
great.
versus Shani. It's a tag team powerhouse heavyweight main event.
Yeah, I didn't know that you were going for a tag team championship as well. That's awesome.
Oh no. Well. I guess that's the show, everybody. Thanks for joining us. I'd like to personally thank Lord Magicus for being on the show. Ben and Billy, as always, doing the Lord's work. The address
If
again
you
is
have to pee
paypal.me/notscottbenson. What?
If
You were
you have
talking.
to
Go
pee
ahead.
or whatever. You normally have to pee at this time.
I normally do. I think my body is finally working at 100% efficiency where I don't have to pee or poo anymore.
Because you have a thing that I've noticed that I don't. Because you're welcome to do it if you need to. Like if I have to pee, I'll get up and pee. You know.
Well, that's the difference between us.
Okay.
You know why Scott doesn't do it?
I don't leave the people.
He's afraid to show everybody his butt.
But why would? Oh, while he's walking away.
Yeah. He's not proud of his butt, so he doesn't want to show it off.
Does he actually have a bobcat tail?
Why would my secret shame.
You see him walk away, and there's a little tail wagging in the back. Oy, gabadoo.
Last time I tell you something in confidence.
I told you. I have 2 secrets. You're a little too loose-lipped. You sink ships.
Thanks for your time.
I have
sunk
sunk a ship.
Thank you, Award.
We're close.
Donka
Scott,
Shay.
$8 away.
How many times have you drank from the pea cup, Scott? Be honest.
Oh, like I don't know, 7? Probably 7.
From the pea cup?
It happens to the best of us. Yeah.
It never occurred to you to maybe make it a different color or something than the
I
other
think
cup?
100%. 100%. If I wasn't in here with Ben all the time, I would have peed in a cup on stream at least once by now.
I wouldn't because there's a bathroom.
Yeah.
20 feet away. Or 50. I don't know how far it is. You've seen it, Scott. It's pretty close.
When I've done the streams from home, I haven't peed in a cup at the new place. But I definitely peed in a cup like 5-6 years ago. I was still in cup pissing mode.
I would have to be so fucking insanely drunk that I was coherent enough to not just piss my pants, but couldn't get up.
Yeah, Sticky says, Billy, you peed in a bottle while driving. Yep, that's true.
I've done that before because I have an old man's bladder, and I was on a road trip, and it was like, why stop now? I pissed in a Wendy's Biggie cup, and back in the day when there was still Biggie. You remember that era, the Biggie era?
Oh shit!
Thank you. All right. I filled it up probably like 70% of the way and then whipped it out the window and it hit the car behind us. It was crazy. My piss just like sprayed all over this fucking thing.
One thing I used to like to do when I was in high school and I was driving around my friends, my friend would have a car, I'd have a car, is I would get a big Slurpee. I would drink like a quarter of it, and then I had a sunroof in my Cadillac, and I would just launch the fucking Slurpee out while I was driving so it would land on my friend's windshield and fuck his whole car up.
That's terrorism.
Yeah, it was great. It was fucked. I would do it all the fucking time though. I was such a piece of shit.
Yeah, I remember like fucking on people, like friends of mine, where we were driving somewhere together, and I'd like bump their bumper. Like I'd get so close, I'd like bump the back of their car with my car. God, why did I see? Here's the thing. I'll explain the meanness. Where I come from, you're mean to your friends and your family.
Yeah,
like growing up, the people you like, you're mean to.
Then we must be best friends.
Do you really think I'm that mean to you? Like, really?
You're the meanest person I know.
Are you serious?
My feelings every day.
Scott's very soft though.
I don't know. I've had to steel myself to have no feelings because of how mean you are. So now
are you kidding me?
Now it does nothing to me.
I've caused permanent psychological damage to you.
You hurt me at every chance
put
you
an
get.
Iron Dome
and
over Scott's heart.
Wow.
I can't even imagine what you've
You know
done
what,
to Billy.
Scott?
I can't even imagine. What?
I just want to say you're a fucking crybaby. All right? Grow a fucking spine, you fucking bitch-made blonde Canadian guy.
Handsome, intelligent.
Yeah.
Are there any jellyfish?
Piece of ass.
Are there any jellyfish furries?
One of the funniest things Scott ever said to me
They're out
was
there.
we were in Chicago at that thing, at the like pay-per-view and the other event with it. And I don't know what we were doing. Like we were having some downtime. I'm like, what do you want to do now? And Scott said,
take off our shirts and kiss.
take off our shirts and kiss.
Like
that.
How was it? Was it a good
I'm
kiss?
just floating the idea.
Was it a good kiss?
I don't know. I'm too.
It was
I
a
was
good
too
guess.
drunk. Okay, I'll take his word for it.
Ben was drunk. Yeah, you know what? I kind of did drop the ball by not raping Ben on that trip because I definitely could have.
You could have had anything you wanted,
100%
Scott.
could have.
I think that's how you get automatic dual citizenship. Actually,
by raping an Ohioan.
yeah, only Ohioans. We hold the key. That's why we're so far away from most other places. You know,
The Toledo loophole.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But seriously, like growing up, I first saw it with like how my parents would rag on their parents. So then I learned how to rag on my parents. And like growing up, we would rag on each other. Me and my friends, I would prank call my friend at work, fucking with him all the time. It was just a normal thing. I don't know. Maybe it's a Rust Belt thing. Maybe it's a...
I think it's our white trash thing.
Maybe, it could be. It could be. I don't know if I was ever quite white trash level. I was like blue collar kind of factory worker.
A union man.
Kind of.
See, me and my friends, we just built each other up and made each other feel confident and successful.
Yeah, we were just like
It's
nice
very
to each other
apparent.
and supported
It's
each
very
other.
apparent.
We were like, look, good friend, you should.
Do you think you actually
should
needed
comb
that,
your hair
though?
back? Yeah, it made me a
Because
stronger,
it seems like
happier person.
It seems like overkill at this point, though.
Nah, it's the power of
Because you
positivity.
seem like you have enough self confidence for like.
Yeah, you could always use a little more.
It's a habit. It's a habit. You give yourself good habits, you give yourself bad habits. And me, I strive for perfection.
But perfection is unattainable.
I strive for it.
Prove it.
How do you?
How could you?
hold
How
on.
could you say
How
that
is
was me
you
on this
having
show?
a huge ego, striving for perfection?
It's not a huge ego at all.
It is.
Not at all.
It's not bragging. It's just candor.
Yeah, it's not. It's not confidence.
These crocodiles won't hold themselves down.
It's not confidence or cockiness. It's common sense. When you're this good, it's like
Are you
walking.
good? So you're good at like a lot of things.
Yeah.
How about we do a 50-meter dash?
It's not one of the things I strive towards.
Only if it's
How
downhill.
about we do a vertical jump contest?
Not things I strive
But you're tall.
towards.
You could beat me, right?
I
He's not
wouldn't.
that tall.
Is that what-
He's not that tall.
I don't strive. Perfection. Perfection is
He's
not
so
about.
tall. He should be able to easily beat me in a vertical jump contest.
Because that's where people lose.
Who can
sight.
jump higher?
That's where people lose sight of perfection. Perfection is not being
But
better
really
than
tall
anybody
people,
else.
it should be so
It's being
easy.
the best version of yourself. I don't have to
being
test myself against
self-actualized.
anybody else.
Okay.
That's a.
So you're that good as long as you don't compare yourself to anyone else.
I just gotta be true to myself.
Okay, I believe it.
I'm
Thank
that-
you.
I'm
Thank you for clarifying.
Yeah.
Isn't that something that like Jared Genesis often said? That,
Maybe.
Yeah, just be true to yourself.
Maybe.
Yeah, he did.
But
I wasn't going to bring that part up though.
But the difference is he wasn't being true to himself.
No, I think the problem was he was.
That could be the issue.
No, because he was always saying one thing and doing another.
Well, then that's not true to yourself.
Yeah, he would start his conversation off with one point and it would end a completely different point. How could you be true to
else
yourself?
do
You
I
can't
know
carry
that does
a
that?
tune. The what?
I feel like I've heard that before.
I
where
feel like
somebody
you're
starts
drunk.
saying
Use
one
your
thing
words.
He is drunk.
and saying the opposite.
Use your words, Magicus. What are you trying to say? Don't dog whistle me.
I don't know. You're right. I must be drunk, and
We
definitely
give you
the
a
audience
platform.
has no idea what I'm talking
We
about.
give
or
you a
getting at.
platform because we love and respect you. But this dog whistling has to stop.
He's definitely a racist.
How about a rape whistle that's also a dog whistle? So when you're getting raped, Lassie comes and saves you.
A German Shepherd comes.
Rin Tin Tin.
Yeah.
Rin Tin Tin.
Yeah.
What's
one of the good
Superman's
guys.
dog? Is it like Super Dog or whatever?
I think it's Super Dog.
So-
Crypto? Is that his name?
Yeah, it was crypto, which is weird because now that's a currency. So
Is
Scott,
it short for crypto fascist? Is that the dog whistle?
That is
That was only communist.
Another one of his classic dog whistles. Ben, you said my name. What?
Oh, I was going to ask for your opinion on Actual Mania 30. Like, we don't have to play the music and shit, but maybe, and Magicus, and maybe we can get everyone's predictions here.
Get some former
it's tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
So we have the president of Ukraine. They included his Dancing with the Stars thing. I saw him do a different.
Excellent.
What was it? It was something.
Did you see him play the piano with his penis?
Did he do that?
We might have to watch that tomorrow.
Is that part of a movie that he was in or something?
I looked like it was on like a Ukraine's Got Talent.
I think it was a press conference.
Yeah.
And here's Putin, skinny fat. He's skinny fat, right? Would you? He's old.
I mean, I think he's straight up fat now.
He's that bug.
He is
let
now.
himself go.
I think Trump
It's sad.
showed him like, yeah, you can be fat as fuck and like, be president. I think
People still
Trump
think
is
you're
the
fucking
fattest president since Taft. He
What
wasn't
I'm
as fat.
hearing is there's hope for me to be president
Taft
yet.
also was naturally
absolutely.
big, and Trump was a skinny guy when he was younger that just got
Trump's
fat.
tall,
Taft had
though.
a way bigger frame.
He's not that
way
tall.
bigger frame.
He's not that
Trump?
tall. He's not
He's
that tall.
6'4".
Kind of like how you're 6'3".
He's the second tallest president of all time. He's also the
So they
second
say.
fattest.
Is he?
Yeah, well,
He's also the second president to get into a wrestling Hall of Fame.
I don't know if he's the second
That's
fattest
fine.
ever,
That's true.
but definitely since Taft. I don't know. You said Nash was 7 foot tall, and we looked up. He was 6'10".
Yeah, but that's like saying like 6'10" versus 7 feet tall. You know what the difference is?
Yes, I do.
Poetic license. It's a round.
It's 3 inches.
It's a round up.
It's 3 inches.
Might be
Might be 2 inches.
I'm drunk and I still know that's 2.
I'm like, wait a second.
No, it's 2. It's 2.
Ben's trying to trick me.
No, I was just wrong.
You're trying to trick me. But yeah, if you're 6'10", you can round off.
No.
Yeah, you can always round off
this
2
weird
inches.
thing
That's
where
why,
where you're a certain height and it always happens to be like your height. And you say like you can round off if
you can
do
always
that and
round-
lie about your height, but if you're under your this arbitrary height that just happens to be your height, and then you can't do it.
Look, it was a happy coincidence.
you can always round off 2 inches when you're over 6 feet, not when you're under.
Okay.
If you're over 6 feet, you can round off 2 inches.
So
rounding up 2 inches would be great. For
you can
me.
round up 2 inches on your dick too. That's why I'm a solid 6.
Vladimir Zelensky versus Putin. I'm guessing
Vladimir Putin.
Yeah.
See, like, this is fun to have because it's a topical thing. And by the way, Billy was like,
Yeah.
maybe we shouldn't even book this because this is going to end by the Ides of March. I know it's going to happen because it's happening around the Ides of March, and that's what's going to end.
Yeah. I was speculating. Ides
so
of
you
March.
weren't wrong. You were
Ides
just
guy, huh?
speculating.
Well, I mean, obviously, I was speculating. That's like saying I have some sort of information that
You
was
do
gonna.
it all the time.
I speculate all the time. Yes.
No, you act like
More
it's
like
like
more like spexolate.
Spexolacing.
I act like I know the future. Do you know how crazy? It's crazier for you to think that I know the future than for me to think that I know
Ben,
the future.
actually, you're crazy. So
Are you
maybe
saying
like,
that
Yeah, isn't it weird how
you
that
say
works?
one
How-
thing at one time and then later admit that it's actually the opposite of what you said.
Yeah.
I feel like we just discussed that a few minutes ago.
I know, isn't that funny?
Like,
It is weird how Billy distorts everything. Oh no, that was a typo.
No, it is. It's crazier for you to think that I think that I know the future than for me to think I know the future.
Your attempt at reversing it is not working on anybody right now.
It's work. One in the chat.
No, we don't do one in the chat.
what?
Press
Come on, give me
3
one
for
in
the
the chat.
manatee.
Yeah, so that's going to be a good one.
Yeah,
they're-
I'm pretty sure we know who's going to win.
They
but
both
it's-
have some crazy footage out there. That's why that was
That's the fun
interesting.
part.
Putin
Yeah,
all the way.
yeah.
Putin 100%.
So this
Putin
is
with the same percentage that he wins his elections with.
This is the currency in the account match. One vote for your favorite competitor. Winner gets
This is
to
a fucking crew, by the way.
Yeah.
and you get to cash it in at any point.
Yeah.
Against
One of these things is
either
not
champion.
like the other.
And here's the thing.
The
Here's-
black guy.
Shh.
Is it the black guy?
Here's the thing, though. If you cash it in after the champion you want to challenge has the match, we add the amount of damage.
Yeah, it's the differential.
Yes.
What's the one thing not like the other?
Scott already said.
Oh.
Yeah, it's definitely got to be that.
No, are you saying Teddy Hart's not up to the caliber of the rest of the people here?
Well, he's the only one that was actually a pro wrestler. Brett is the only one that has no teeth. King Cobra is the only one that can't cook. Alex Jones is the only one that actually has money. Gail Cord Schuler is the only one that's the Empress of the Universe.
Yeah, Gail's the only woman. Is that what you're talking about, Magic?
Yeah. That's
yeah, it's definitely that.
This is a star-studded matchup. Teddy Hart, if you don't remember, was a fucking major player in Drunken Peasants about 2 years ago.
He was putting out some interesting.
Hot take: Teddy Hart is the second most mentally ill guy in that group.
I'm actually not sure who you mean the first is.
Yeah.
I think Gail is number one. Gail is absolutely out of her gourd.
I wasn't even thinking Gail. I was going through the other guys.
Two.
We had Gail on last week.
Yeah, we had Gail
for
on
the whole
Saturday.
Go good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. I'll tell you what, she's very
She's
good
a
at
delight.
Yeah. And she's entertaining and good at reading and good at.
She is good at reading. She's good at reading any word you put in front of her, which I really respect in a dame.
She's good at reading people too. She could cut through my shtick and realize
She
I
did.
was a very
You
sweet,
should see there's
cute boy.
screenshots of the faces she made when Billy tried to make a funny, and she was like that.
Because she knew it was satire. She's like, I know the real you, Bill Fridge.
I don't care for your satire. Why don't you be real with me?
And then when I was real with her, she said that I was a kind, sweet, gentle soul, and she gave me kisses.
This is a.
I might be misremembering.
This is
part.
being paraphrased.
I might be misremembering this.
Yeah.
Gail definitely has the bling advantage here.
Are you sure? Look at Teddy and her.
Is, I'm sorry for interrupting. I was just going to say the question is cashing it in. It's been cashed in night of most of the time, but not always. I think there was a few.
I think hanging on to it and picking your spot.
I think Joe waited in his, right?
Yeah.
I will say 100% of cash-ins have been successful, though.
This is Britney Spears and Demi Lovato. Pops, they got some crazy out there too. I saw Britney's Instagram, and she was like having an oddly sexual moment with some chocolate.
I'll tell you what.
And I was like, I like this.
This is Egghead meeting his Brock Lesnar right here.
This is the man to take down Egghead.
I know.
We've said this many times, though.
It's true.
But
aren't you doing something different with Egghead, though?
We're bringing Egghead on. And I'm going to just pull the cringe out of Egghead live.
Last time you were like, Egghead, punch yourself in the balls, and he was like, ooh, like we heard the thud, and like the ooh.
Yeah, you could hear the thudder. He did it with no hesitation. He's like, okay, bah!
Egghead will not be reproducing.
God. Oh my God, Egghead, you're so cringe. You're so cringe. Egghead, Defiler of Tubbs. This is the war of attrition for the Cringerweight title. It's a good match.
Dan's got it.
And this match here, it's Shani and Rev. It's the tag team titles are on the line.
It's weird
and
because
the heavyweight titles are on the line.
Hannibal is one title away from being Triple Crown champion. He just needs to win the Cringerweight because he's world champion right now.
Yeah, honestly, if he wins both titles tomorrow night, we might as well put him up for the Cringerweight next and just have him hold all three belts.
Why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't we?
Run it.
We could put him in that, and then if the currency in the account is still kind of looming above, it could be for Cringer. It could be for either one.
If he goes into the Cringerweight account, we have to talk to Monty, and we have to have Monty send us the cringiest videos he can find of Hannibal.
I mean, I have a video of Hannibal trying to eat chowder and spitting it out into the alleyway because he can't.
That was pretty funny.
And it's weird because he only didn't like the white chowder, by the way.
It is interesting that he was more against the white chowder than the other chowder.
Okay, here we go. This is my Kilimanjaro.
Yes. What happened?
We got another spammer. I got to my Halo kill.
Yeah, you've been running.
BestCams.fun came back.
Magicus has been killing it on the bounds. Hannibal and Monty, connoisseurs of
I
shit.
think this is from their video in Seattle with me.
It is, yeah.
Nice.
Dude, the two of why is there a fucking watermelon and fried chicken?
I told
God
both.
damn it!
Oh, that's from the G-Man stream where they were eating watermelon and fried chicken. Yeah, I told Hannibal and Monty, I'm like, because I looked at the temperature where they were living, and it was like 70, 80 degrees. I'm like, guys, it's going to be cold here while you guys are here. And I know you're not cold stuff. You're not into it. Like, you're not normally around it. So you should probably bring like a heavy jacket if you have it. Both of them showed up without it. So they were wearing, I had like bigger jackets from when I was like the most overweight I've ever been. And then gave it to them because they're just like naturally bigger than me, and they wore those jackets.
Hold the fuck up. You're telling me Monty wears a fucking full-ass leather jacket in like Louisiana heat every single time he does a show?
He forgot
but he doesn't bring it with him to Seattle.
He showed up. It snowed.
He did a bad job.
It snowed the night that they came in. I sat at the airport I showed up at the airport. It started snowing. Like, it was snowing heavy to where I couldn't even see the road.
Yeah.
And I picked them up. I showed up. I met Monty first. We had to wait like an hour and a half for Hannibal to get there. And Monty was like, I don't have the jacket. And I'm like, oh, shit, dude. You know?
No, Monty was spectacular in the way he was forgetting and losing things.
He's forgetful. He's a forgetful guy.
He's definitely like
got a bad brain.
He's definitely like a old man artist, you know?
Yeah.
Old man artist type. Like he's gotten by with the whimsy of a brush and just made life the picture of what he wanted it to be, and then forgot about everything else that normal people would have to take care of, like wearing a jacket to snowstorms.
Yeah.
He remembers the jacket for Louisiana heat, just not for snowstorms.
Well, I just told him you're used to like 60, 70 degrees where you live. It's about to be 20 degrees where you're going.
Yeah.
You should probably bring a coat.
He wore sandals too, yeah.
Oh, actually, they were loafers that he cut the backs out of. So the part that goes around the back of your ankle, he cut those off.
Yeah.
So they were loafers that were almost like slippers at that point.
What the fuck?
And
what are you doing?
And we were standing in this bus station, or no, it was a light rail station in Seattle. He took those fuckers off and was just standing there on the ice cold marble. They're like marble floors.
Like
just
you knew they weren't comfortable because he'd gone no feet, bare feet like multiple times.
Yeah.
That's why I called them diamond cutters when he was stomping barefoot on the fucking glass floor on the Space Needle. I thought he was going to break through. Like, I would have been scared, too, if I was Hannibal. Fuck that. Just buy some Birkenstocks.
I'm not going to fuck with the guy who's not wearing a jacket and is just walking around in fucking sandals in the middle of, like, a snowstorm.
Yeah.
Nah, it was well worth it coming out and hanging out with everybody. Who cares if you have a jacket or not? Ben got him one. Ben get provided
I
with
just
a
used
nice
mine.
jacket.
Yeah, I had some extra ones.
Yeah.
That were like...
It all worked out.
Yeah.
I would have let him borrow one of my jackets. He could have used it as a tent.
Luckily, I had the leather jacket that looked kind of like his leather jacket, and then I had like another kind of like almost like rain jacket that I gave to Hannibal. But they noticed here that, and this is a weird thing, and I think it's mostly a West Coast thing that I noticed even my first time visiting the West Coast, is that the sun is hotter out here. Like if it's a sunny day, it makes it noticeably warmer than out east. When it's sunny, it might not even matter as much. I don't know why that is.
Remember, Scott, when we were in Pennsylvania, eastern Pennsylvania, and it was we were in the backyard of some, I think it was I don't know, one of them kids' backyards. And
possibly the Eckenroad establishment.
Yes, because it wasn't the mud yard where we were in a guy's yard full of mud.
It wasn't the mud yard.
We was the mud man. It wasn't the mud man, but the Eckenroad yard. We're in the back. We're in their backyard, and it was like 110 degrees. It was
does get hot, and here
but it didn't feel. It didn't feel like 90.
It's different there. It's different, and it was probably humid too, right? Was there like more heavy air?
Whatever it was a lot easier to bear. Like we were wrestling in it. We were like jumping around and fatting around.
And we were like we were okay. It was hot, but it was okay.
There's something about it where the sun isn't as intense as I've noticed on the West Coast.
It might be air quality.
It could be. I think it's. I don't know. I don't even. Maybe
Like,
someone out there who knows a lot about
like,
this.
I live in Eastern PA, so if you're in this area, like you're in the middle of the fucking Appalachians, and like, yeah, the weather is definitely going to be a little bit weirder here than it is a lot of places. Like the winters can get really brutally cold, but the summers can also get
There's an
really
elevation
hot.
there.
Yeah.
There's in Appalachia. There's a higher elevation. We're at a pretty low elevation here. Unless you're in the Cascades.
The Fappellation.
It's weird because it can go from like literally like 0 degrees Fahrenheit in the winter to like 100 in the summer.
It almost never gets zero here. I've never seen it actually.
Roger
zero
says
here.
85 in Ohio feels like 95 in Oregon. Why are they saying it felt the opposite?
Yeah, I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. Like I've had 80-degree summers in Ohio. It feels humid, like the air is really thick and muggy, but the like heat from the sun, we're like, because out here I've noticed the difference between a cloudy day and a sunny day is so different. Like it can say it's 65, but if it's a sunny day in 65, it feels hotter. Like I'm not wearing a coat, but if it's cloudy, I have to wear a coat here.
Yeah.
But out there, it's the same. It's almost universal.
I wonder if the heat from the sun causes the water to like evaporate a little extra and collect in the air and make it like hotter air and
I don't understand it at all. Maybe someone who's like studied how weather works.
yeah, if somebody out there right now has like a butt plug and or a dildo, if you could put
So-
that in and tell us how this works.
Someone said 100 in Ohio is definitely worse than 100 in Oregon. Hold on a second. Oh, wait, first of all, I want to say that it might be more humid in Ohio, but they don't. It's the way. It depends. It would have to be 100 on a sunny day, like. We can't get to
First
100.
of all, anything in Ohio is worse than anything in Oregon. So
Yeah, that's what she
on
says.
principle,
Yes,
sure.
you're in Ohio. You're in Ohio. It's way worse.
Sure. Well, let's
There you go.
ignore that fact. But like, the only way it's getting to 100 here is a sunny day. You can get to 100 in Ohio without it being sunny.
True.
But I will say I've seen 100 in Ohio multiple times. If it gets to be 100 here, people die.
Oh, you know what? You
It's
know
like-
what? Roger Wilco's.
It's a different type of 100.
Roger Wilco's now saying something different. Oh, right. Everyone thinks Portland and west of the Cascades when they think of Oregon. That's exactly
No,
the
it's talking
truth.
about Eastern Oregon, you ridiculous
Eastern
man. Get out
Eastern
of here.
Oregon is specifically
Nobody lives there.
It's specifically worse than Western Oregon because of the Cascades and the lack of the breeze and stuff that comes through. It's
true.
It's full on desert. So yeah, if you're in the desert, that's true.
Yeah.
Right, like
Maybe the desert's bad.
I've driven from here when it was 57 degrees during like the early summertime, and then driven to Leavenworth where it was like 90 degrees, only 2 hours. You know, you just drive over the mountains and you're there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also it gets way colder and snows more over on the other side during the winter.
Logic Blaster says Ohio
don't
sucks.
trust it.
Fact. And I think that's why so many great people come out of Ohio, because they have to be better. They have to be
What I'll
better
say
than Ohio.
is, I haven't been to Ohio as long as I've lived here. Well, not quite, but pretty close.
You haven't had like a good Ohio trip since you've lived here. Yeah.
I had the worst Ohio trip the last time.
Yeah.
And just because of the nature of it. But
Yeah.
I could go to Ohio tomorrow and have a good time because I know where to have it.
Yeah.
Like if you're a visitor and you're not used to it, it's bland.
It's all about the people in Ohio, I think.
Oh,
I know
of course.
all
There's
the
nothing
bars
else
that
there.
don't card.
Yeah.
I can
There's
get
a lot
the
of people
best
that live
underage
there.
poon in Cincinnati.
There's way more people that live in Ohio in a much smaller space than Washington, easily.
Yeah.
Ohio's like probably about the 7th most populated state. You know, and it's very small.
In the world.
Yeah, Pennsylvania's kind of weird with that, where there's like a lot of areas where there's just people clustered, and then like half
Philly.
the majority of the state is just like fucking farmland and
Well,
and
Eastern
mountains and
Pennsylvania
shit.
is so close to New York that it,
Mhm.
you know, it has a very large population. And then there's Western Pennsylvania, which is close to Ohio. Like Pittsburgh and
then
Columbus are very
everything in
close.
between is just like nothing. It's just fucking.
That's how Washington
Pennsylvania
is, though, too.
It's Philly, Pittsburgh, and the South.
So take Pennsylvania and make it
exactly
5 times the size of what it is, and then you have Washington, where on the western and flip it, where on the western side you have most of the population, and then on the eastern side you have Spokane, where like it's a decent population, but not as much.
Yeah,
it's kind of like Pennsylvania.
Not a decent population of good people.
They have the Cougars and they have Gonzaga in Spokane.
Gonzaga just got eliminated.
They do have Gonzaga.
They got eliminated tonight?
Yeah, upset elimination.
Yeah, the Gonzaga was at the
they've won it recently.
The bar that we were at with Keemstar, the guys from Gonzaga were there
Really?
at the VIP bar because there was a basketball thing in town that week, and they were like sitting at the tables across
There's
from
some
us.
tall fuckers there.
Yeah, they were tall as shit. And I was actually meeting up with a photographer today, a friend, and we were talking about some stuff, and we were randomly walked into a sports bar, and we realized that Gonzaga was playing because everybody was yelling and clapping.
They lost.
Yeah, it just started when we got in there. So
yeah, they I'd have to find it, but yeah, they got upset. I had a bunch of people join a bracket challenge with me. For a little while, Magicus was in first place. He somehow, on day one, Magicus picked every game except for one. He got...
I literally randomly guessed them.
Yeah. But now he's in very low, like, he's in, like, 5th place or something.
Yeah, I'm in 5th now.
Yeah. I'm in first place.
Drew, my tag partner who you saw earlier, does a March Madness bracket every year based solely on the fuckability of the mascots.
Oh my god, that is such a furry thing.
Lit.
Yeah, I've taught him well.
Is Drew like?
So he picked LSU to win, right?
Is Drew actually furring on him? Is Drew actually furring, or is that just part of the gimmick? The gimme.
It started as part of the gimmick. I have 100% converted him. He's on the winning team now.
Nice.
Yeah. It's honestly one of my proudest accomplishments.
Because Drew is one of those guys. He fucks.
He fucks.
Drew fucks.
FOX?
He fucks. He fucks. He fucks.
He fucks.
He fucks. He fucks.
Or FAWKS.
Yeah, he
like
fucks.
Guy Fawkes.
So Drew becoming a furry, that's actually scary to me.
That's a win. Is what that is.
Yeah,
more coming.
Yeah.
More W's coming, pal.
My guy's getting them.
Number 4 seed Arkansas beat number 1 seed Gonzaga tonight, 74-68.
Damn.
So it's going to be my pick to win. Duke versus Arkansas, who beat Gonzaga.
That's the finals?
No, that's the Final Four.
For this, okay, the Final Four.
Yeah.
And they don't actually go up against each other in the finals, do they?
That's the Elite 8, actually.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
Elite 8.
Yeah. So the only ones locked in for the Elite 8 is Arkansas versus Duke, and then we have Houston versus Villanova, who's Villanova's very good also. I have Duke... I have Duke versus Kentucky for the Final Four. Kentucky got eliminated in upset a long time ago. And then I have Villanova versus Iowa, which Iowa got upset in the first round. So that bracket busted my ass. So I have Duke versus Villanova in the final, which could... Both teams are still in it. If those two teams just play, regardless of who wins, I win like our like buddy bracket, no matter what.
Did you guys put money in the buddy bracket?
No, it's just
for
fun.
funsies?
Yeah. There was only one year I picked the winner. It was insane. And I only did one bracket too. This year I did 2 of them. I picked 3 out of the last 4 teams, and I picked the winner. And that was the best I've ever done in my entire life, and I've done one almost every year since I was like 10 years old. Normally it's a disaster, and it's like I didn't do well at all. So
the only gambling I do is on Robinhood.
Well, this isn't even gambling, like
we're doing it for fun. There's no money.
So.
Oh yeah.
So we'll go a little bit longer, like a couple minutes or whatever.
Maybe you will, but
Yeah.
I finally have to pee.
Scott, do you have to pee?
I will.
You
I have
gotta
to
go
pee,
pee?
and that means the show is over, at least for me.
Oh shit, yeah.
When you leave,
rules
the
are
show
rules.
ends, Scott. Actually, every
Yeah.
show
That's
we have
right.
without you, it's almost like they never
It's
happened.
not even a real show.
No,
Yeah.
I don't count them.
See, if we would have had Scott on with Mr. Girl,
Now you're talking.
That
Yeah.
could have been
Now
our
you know
real
for next
shit
time.
show.
Scott would have just been like, "Let's go family style on a pumpkin carver."
Arizona lost, so both my
Oh,
brackets
fuck.
are fucked.
yeah. Who picked Arizona? You picked Arizona as the winner.
I
yeah.
think mine has Arizona.
Yeah, there's almost no way you can. Well, it depends on who you pick.
Everybody else would have to basically like lose the rest of their picks, I think.
Yeah.
Because like my max score is only like 600 at this point.
Scott, if you would like to go pee, we're only going to be live for a couple more minutes. So
Yeah,
we're not
that's
going to
it.
FOMO anything.
We're $10 away from me having to take yet another shot before I go.
Someone, a bunch of people
I
just
hate
give
seeing
$2.
you kill yourself.
Oh, he'll
like
die.
It hurts me.
I like
it hurts me to see you do this. to
Magic
yourself.
has found
so
out.
I'm gonna go before
very
I have to
nice
watch you
facial
die.
hair. His facial hair has improved
Yes.
like tenfold.
Looking good. Looking good.
I've been
Too
shaving
bad
it
you're
to
gonna
keep
die
it
soon.
about a half inch long, and it
Too
seems
bad
like
you're
that
gonna
works.
die
That looks nice.
Magicus.
But what can you do?
You got out of drinking another shot because we're not going to get a $10 dono. So
Fuck. I
maybe
might actually die.
That's like classic Billy manipulation. I like your style.
Yes. Maybe you should just drink that shot knowing that someone's going to send 10 right after we go off the air. Since
Yeah,
you basically
it'll
owe it.
come right after.
Because you basically owe it to him at this
I don't
point.
have to do it.
You basically owe it to him, Magica.
If you send that $10, you get to you get to know that tomorrow morning I'm gonna be really, really angry at you for that, because that extra one shot is gonna be like that little cherry on top of my hangover.
Scott's biting his lip. He has to piss so bad.
I do. I really
you
do.
know
I
what,
could see
though?
you- I'm gonna go.
It's that like
Bye, Scott.
I'm about to come biting lip kind of thing. So maybe he's
Yeah,
into
well,
like
I
piss edging.
I come a little bit when I piss.
Swear to
I
God,
like pissing
Scott.
so
no,
much, I
no,
often
no.
come.
Full circle.
You don't talk about preeing while peeing.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Kind of do.
Anyway,
Something weird was going
thanks
on
for
before
having
the pee.
me.
Good night.
Good night, Scott.
Good night. See y'all soon.
Good night.
See you soon.
See you on the flip side.
We probably could have just ended. We don't have anything else to do except wait 2 seconds for that $10 donor to come in so Magic has a drink. Just- I queued everybody up. The 10 was right there on the table. Magicus would have got drunk.
I'm not gonna be mad if I get out of this one. All right.
Yeah, we know Magicus. Because you're not a real boy.
I think I'm at like 6 or 7 at this point, plus whatever I had in the 2 drinks that I like, and the 2 of these that I was drinking. I don't know. Maybe that's like 8 or 9.
Are you a sipper?
Huh?
Are you a sipper?
I don't know what that means.
You've been sipping as well as taking shots?
Sipping on some scissor.
Oh yeah, I know this. I mix shots into these when I'm drinking.
So you had a chalice?
Yeah,
You
I
were,
had 2.
You were imbibing
I-
from your chalice?
Yeah.
What was in there?
He said he got sick of people breaking his shit, so he got a metal cup instead.
Yep. You can see it.
How many people live in your domicile with you? Are they breaking your shit on a regular?
There are 2 people and then 1 person who comes over a lot.
Oh,
Is
fuck
that
her.
someone who's like dating someone that lives there?
Yes.
And she
there you
breaks
go.
your shit, huh?
She breaks your shit.
She breaks
Nope,
your
it's
shit.
not. It's not her.
Oh,
It's not
okay.
her.
Oh.
We're getting into some drama here. Let's
Magic Kiss Drama
No,
Hour.
I have to be fair. They did replace the ones that they broke, so, but I still got irritated, so I bought a metal one anyway.
Well,
this is a very nice chalice.
did you have it engraved on your own?
Yes, I did.
You're such a fucking king. Magicus,
Yeah.
you like nice things.
He does.
I do.
You do.
He likes the finer things.
You're
in
like, yeah, I got myself a fucking chalice, an unbreakable chalice, and I got it engraved. I don't give a fuck.
Billy, do you want to see something really cool and really rare that's sitting on my desk right now?
Yes.
Are
better
you
not
sitting
be
on the
fungus.
desk? Are you sitting on the desk, Magicus?
It's not me.
Is it you, Magicus?
Here it is. It's this.
What's that?
Whose the signature is
It's
that?
an artist. It's an artist-proof Spaloon.
Yeah, like,
So why
who
is
are
it
the
rare?
Who are the people that design the art for the original cards, and will their like autographs be worth more after they
Yeah, the
pass?
guy who autographed Black Lotus is dead.
He's
Christopher
dead?
Rush.
Yeah, Christopher
And-
Rush. And I did personally have him sign my Black Lotus.
There
Yeah.
you go. Yeah, I remember when Stan Lee was doing that mad dash to sign comic books for like the last 10 years of his life. Those books are insanely valuable now, I would say. There was a time where like signatures devalued rare comics.
It depends on what it is. Like that, it's like that with Magic cards. Usually, most signatures don't matter to like a lot of people don't like the signatures, except like
When they're
Christopher
dead,
Rush and
it's
Richard
sad.
Garfield usually add value to the card.
You know, Vincent van Gogh only ever sold one of his paintings ever, and it was like for pennies on the dollar. And
Oh,
now,
fuck, here we go.
And now people buy his shit
streak.
for like $10 million. You know, it's insane.
Yeah. Yeah, art is crazy.
He
like
died poor and mentally ill, and
when we die, Ben, Drunken Peasants is gonna get sold.
we're gonna
to, like,
be the Van
Disney.
Gogh?
Yeah, Drunken Peasants is
Should
gonna
I
be worth
chop
like
my ear off? Like what?
Nah, the ear's been done. You should cut off
My
one of your
dick?
testes.
Oh.
I was thinking the testes because they balance like ears. There's two of them. Like, but you should not cut off your dick. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, one ball. You could do one ball.
All right.
Do you
will
remember
tell
when I sent you that idea where like you could do Mickey Avalon my dick, but it's my deck, and how your Magic card deck is better?
Yeah,
that was Honest Red's idea. That's actually
that's a good idea once you get past how cringy it would be.
But some people would love it.
This is
But liking Magic is cringy.
Oh, liking Magic is
cringy.
Beautiful.
It's cringy.
It's a genius game.
It's just as cringy as a rap about your
the things
deck.
that make it the thing that makes it cringy is this song's like over a decade old, right?
That
so you're
that
going
makes
back,
it even better.
You're going back and you're trying to make something old new, and you're trying to mix it with something nerdy. And I could probably
I'm
make
not
it
saying
work.
you should do it, but I think it would be great.
I could probably make it work, but I'm pretty sure it would be cringy.
That's what I love, though.
Mickey Avalon's not a tall guy. Not a tall guy.
It doesn't matter. Actually, a lot of high players in the world overall are not tall.
It's true.
Yeah.
That's why I respect Donald Trump so much.
I mean, he's like above average height.
But how weird was it that Mr. Girl was wearing a fucking Chipotle shirt during that interview?
I mean, maybe he worked there at one point or something. I don't know. I don't think it had anything to do with you.
It was a little weird.
No, a lot of people eat Chipotle. They're like one of the major fast food chains, and he probably worked there or like bought it. Maybe he said he liked to eat it. You know.
Yeah.
I don't like the whole he looks a certain way. Like, it's hard to judge. I mean, like, I can judge someone who like has heroin tracks on their arm that like, oh, they look like a drug addict, but I can't like look at a average looking guy and be like, oh, he looks like he's a weird raper.
Yeah, I don't think that's fair.
Yeah,
but I do think it's fair that when he was talking about the 11-year-olds and cuties,
that's different.
He got like a glare over his eyes that you see predators get when they're like getting like fantasies in their eyes.
What was the thing like? Delightfully in between.
Yeah,
I don't like that. That was
creepy.
That was the ape. No, to me, or maybe you disagree. That like for me, that was the apex.
But that was also a quote from something before.
What was that?
It was like it's like dog whistling at like from I don't remember exactly what it's from.
But
it's from like a something that's pedophilia.
It would have been normal
Literature.
to say, yeah, they're halfway between childhood and adulthood. That's normal, but he said delightfully.
Yeah, it's a
like
quote
that's the reason everyone wants to bang a 14, 15, 16-year-old.
It's a quote from something that was like literature promoting that.
Is it from Lolita?
I don't know if it's from Lolita.
Which, by the way, Lolita is a literary classic. I mean, it's a weird story, and there's murder in it. It's a tragedy. It's not a good story, but it's still a book, a classic story that's been made into movies multiple times.
A lot of classic stories are actually really fucked up when you look at the originals of them.
Have you ever heard of a movie called The Crush?
Mm-mm.
The Crush is this crazy movie. Oh God, what was her name? She was in the Aerosmith. Alicia Silverstone. She was probably like 15, and it's actually a psychological thriller movie where the antagonist is a teenage girl who like fell in love with her adult neighbor, and like she kind of caught him at a moment of weakness where like he was wasted, and she came on to him, and he kind of like entertained it for a second and like backed off. And then the rest of the movie is her like stalking him, and she starts like trying to kill like people in his life. She even like goes into his garbage and finds like a condom in his garbage and like puts it into her, like the juice
that's
is in.
all I remember from
That's
that.
part of
That's why you-
and
that's
then
why you gotta
claims he
hot
raped
sauce
her.
that
Like
bitch.
she tries to just like ruin his life.
That's all I remember from that movie.
She does even like she tries to kill his girlfriend or wife or whatever.
God.
It's crazy. Yeah. It's called The Crush, and the antagonist is like a teenage girl obsessed with this grown man. Like she pursued him and he like rejected her, and then like she just like tried to. It's fucked up. It's a crazy fucking movie.
I think a lot of the Disney films are based in like fairy tales that are ridiculously grimdark.
That was not a Disney movie, by the way.
No, I know that. Like a lot of the classic like Disney stories though are like based on like super fucking dark stories.
I always get The Crush mixed up with The Babysitter that she was in
So,
95.
In the movie, she's. I don't know how old she was literally in the movie, but her character is 14.
Wait, somebody's saying that The Crush actually was Disney.
Was it?
Was it Buena Vista?
Hold on. Morgan Creek. Is that
It's
Disney?
distributed by Warner Brothers as well, so I don't know.
I don't think that's Disney. It's
Yeah.
Warner Brothers. It's not Disney. They're different.
Carrie Elwes.
You know, oh yeah, that was the guy. That's the guy from The Princess Bride
Yeah.
and Hot Shots, and well, he was in the first Hot Shots actually. Yeah, he's a good actor.
He was in the first Hot Shots.
Yeah.
Huh. I barely remember Hot Shots. I watched them both.
He was like the Iceman equivalent because it's a parody of Top Gun. Yeah. He's a good actor. He's been in a lot of good stuff over the years. I love his character in Liar Liar, the Jim Carrey movie. Oh no, it's the claw. You're scared of the claw.
I like the claw.
He was like the lame boyfriend of the mom.
See, I don't realize how much Carrie Elwes I've watched.
He's a good actor.
I never like noticed him in anything other
Robin
than
Hood Men in Tights.
I don't remember it,
He
but
was
yeah,
Robin
that makes
Hood.
sense. Yeah, I never
Yeah.
attribute him to any of those.
And he said, unlike many other Robin Hoods, I can speak with an English accent.
See, that just reminded me that Jim Carrey's going to be in the Sonic movie that's coming out, and that's going to be awesome.
Yeah, Jim Carrey is great.
Trailer looks fucking fantastic for it.
He's perfect, and like I thought that the first Sonic was hella fun. I was like, okay, I like
actually,
it was fun after they revised it.
Knowing who Carrie Elwes
a
is.
shit show, but then they fixed it before it came out.
What they
and it was
fixed,
great.
they just changed the way Sonic looked.
That mattered a lot.
Yeah, to people with the tisms, but that matters a lot to people who are fans of Sonic because they're all tizzy.
Carrie Elwes comes from an aristocratic family.
I bet.
He does, actually.
Yeah.
Like,
Doesn't Armie Hammer and a bunch of other people too?
I don't know.
Our guy, like if you really looked at it, what's the guy's name? Who played Cal Vant
Who's
in
Dominic? This is his father. Oh, God, he died from a barbiturate overdose. He was his father was a painter. Maybe it was his mother. Interior designer.
Kennedy? Is she a Kennedy or no?
I don't know if she would be an American Kennedy. Kennedy is a fairly common Irish name, and in the UK there's a lot of Irish people. I thought I remembered, like, far back enough in his family he was somebody. I don't know. Anyway,
Timothy Oliphant.
He's a great actor, though.
Cobb Vanth, Timothy Oliphant. People probably know him. If you don't know the name, you know the face. He's a Vanderbilt.
Oh, okay. Well,
like Anderson
that's
Cooper.
Old money. That's
like
old
Anderson
money.
Cooper. Like there's so many people who are up there are old money.
When it comes to like single people and you adjust for inflation, John D. Rockefeller is the richest man to ever live. And that money's still out there, earning interest in a bank for like over 100 years now.
He's probably the richest person that we ever
Right.
publicly knew about.
Right. That's
There's
what I
like
mean.
so much more like money that's not.
I mean,
like,
how
hidden
much
for a
money did
reason.
Al Capone have?
Oh, I mean, I'm talking not even criminal, just people who don't report like that. People who are own equity and generational equity and like the infrastructure of our world. They're doing pretty well.
What's crazy is a lot of the people who own equities, like they own equities in competing brands too. So like a lot of the same people who own, like, say, all the Coke stock also own all the Pepsi stock. So it looks like you have the illusion of competition, but really the companies are just owned by the same fucking group of people.
Yeah.
So, there's
Like the
this,
Republicans and the Democrats?
This Wikipedia list.
exactly like that.
Richest individuals. It's individuals specifically.
Individual situation.
And then Rockefeller, it's crazy. He lived an insanely long time for someone who was born in the 1800s. Like the lifespan back then. And that goes to show you what top tier medical care can do for someone, you know, that was born in the 1830s and died in the 1930s.
When you have access to adrenochrome. No,
he probably did.
Joke, but but I also got to think if he made his wealth at the same time that the average person would make, like he had that many extra decades to add to it, right?
In the 90s, the Rockefeller family sold their oil company, which is how the Rockefeller family made most of their money, to BP, British Petroleum. So anytime you see a BP station, that is a former Rockefeller-owned oil refinery where that comes from. And then in New York, Rockefeller Center and all that shit, it's all...
Yep, I've been there.
It's named after him. He's the richest man in the history of Earth, like individual.
I think that's actually right next to where the Lego store is in New York.
Yeah, on Times Square.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been there. Yep.
Rockefeller Center.
Yeah, and that's where the NBC headquarters.
30 Rock.
30 Rock. Yep. So yeah, we'll wrap up. I guess we don't got two people who want to donate $5 to make.
Yeah,
Magicus.
we were just gonna make Magicus drink.
Just do it, Magicus. Just do it.
If it wasn't for being so close to this goal,
$10
if it wasn't for being so close to this goal, I'd have left when Scott left, and we would have been gone by now. Instead, we did talk about the Rockefellers and expose some
and Carrie
bloodlines, some bloodlines. That's always fun. So that worked out. Who's this gentleman here?
I mean, look at the time he lived. Way older than
his name's Jacob Fugger. This rich fugger right here.
This rich fugger.
This rich fugger right here. And
the Carnegie. I mean, that's a name that is still recognizable.
Hall, right?
But he died long before Rockefeller did.
He lived to be 83 years old, though.
Yeah, to be 97 in 1937. That's insane.
Did it say that Carnegie was U.S. Steel? Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
So I think he may have been a Pennsylvania native, and he let me see.
I've been watching a lot of the steel stocks lately, and the U.S. Steel is one of the ones that does really good.
Why
sip, Coop Carr, my guy.
Oh,
there you go, buddy. I'll put you
Fuck,
on
I
the
thought I was
main
getting
screen
away with
here.
this.
Sip Magic. I like how you didn't say I have to go. You stayed with it like a champ, and now you're drinking.
I am a man of my fucking word.
And actually, Andrew Carnegie was born in the UK. He was born in Scotland. He died in Massachusetts.
All right.
Lennox,
Are
Massachusetts.
we doing this in full screen or?
I'll do it. Yeah, do your thing.
Magic is.
There we go. This probably is the last one for tonight. So.
Yeah,
Cheers.
unless somebody throws 50 in the next 2 minutes, because we're gone. Look, we're literally staying around long enough for you to settle that, to see if you puke or not, and then we're gone. You good?
I'm good.
You sure?
You good, bro?
I don't know about tomorrow, but I'm fine for right now.
We should play some Diablo tonight.
I can't. I have to work in the morning.
Wow, what a buzzkill.
I like how he has to work in the
wish.
morning and he's drunk as fuck right now.
Yeah, that's the best part.
Yeah, that's because I'm a fucking champion, all right?
You are
Yes,
the champion.
You are the drunkest white.
So maybe you should go for cringerweight champion sometime.
Oh my God.
Is Magicus cringy?
So,
No. I mean, you've been put up there too, right?
Yeah, that's right. You don't have to be cringy to be the cringerweight champion.
Like, I am confident
I mean,
that I could
we
win
all
the
have our
title if I
cringy
wanted
moments,
to,
and that's
but I
where we
don't
can
think
put
I
that
will.
in there.
I was just teasing.
Yeah.
But
So
Magicus,
much work.
Magicus, you're not gonna puke?
No, I'm fine.
He's not gonna puke.
Are you gonna punch yourself in the dick?
I did not agree to do that.
You
Good
did. You
night,
didn't.
everybody.
Good night.
There was nothing, and then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. From the strangest corners of the internet, gonna get TP'd by Billy and Ben. You know where you can find them at. Get ready, cause they're gonna kick your... Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants.